Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at amazon.com/hub delivery. That's amazon.com/HUB delivery.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
He does what's asked of him 9.5 times out of 10. I mean, we can joke around and say all the things I say about him, but there's one thing he's going to do. He's going to go out there and compete, and he'll do that night in and night out.
9.5 times out of 10. That's pretty good. Jalen Brunson's never going to give full credit to Josh Hart, but Hart's had a terrific series so far. Case in point, Game 4 the other night, another near double-double, 10 points, 9 rebounds. He's already had 2 double-doubles in this series. He also came up with 2 steals in 31 minutes of work. So even when the shot hasn't been falling for Hart, and the last 2 games weren't big scoring games for him, his impact is really felt on the floor for the Knicks. This is the Knicks pregame show brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery. As a team, the Knicks held the Hawks to 41% shooting in Game 4 and 24% from downtown. And it was the least impactful game of the series for C.J. McCollum, who scored 17 points in 32 minutes. Here's Mike Brown afterwards on Hart's defense against not only McCollum, but Jalen Johnson.
You know, his ball pressure is good. Like I said, he's strong. He's got pretty good feet. He's got long arms. And, you know, he locks into the ball. And so he's able to get some deflections without fouling because of his long arms. And, you know, CJ's a handful, so we just got to keep trying to find ways to show him different looks, which means different guys have to guard him at different times.
Three-point shooting hasn't been great in this series for the Hawks. During the regular season, they were 5th in the NBA in three-point percentage at 37%. But in this series so far, the Knicks are holding them to 32.6%. McCollum is 33% from downtown. Jalen Johnson, 29%. Jonathan Kuminga, 19%. And Dyson Daniels is hitting 14% of his three-pointers. McCollum obviously has been their scoring star throughout the series. He was 0 for 4 from downtown in game number 4. Deuce McBride, part of the defensive effort against the star guard for Atlanta. Here's McBride on what's the hardest part about guarding McCollum.
I mean, he's crafty. He has a high IQ of getting to his spots. He's not obviously overly fast or overly athletic, but he plays with a pace that's elite. He's a talented, great player.
What does McBride have to stick with when dealing with McCollum?
Yeah, I mean, he's thinking the game at a different pace. You know, he's been in the league. He's been in, high-level games before. So you just have to guard him as a team. It's not one person's job. It's always a team. It's a team sport. So we're attacking him, 5 guys out there.
The Hawks have taken the floor for their pregame warm-ups to a chorus of boos at Madison Square Garden. The home crowd waiting for the home team to make its first appearance. And on that home team, nobody's been better in this series through 4 games than OG Anunoby. 20.8 points per game, 8.8 rebounds, more than a steal, more than a block per game. Anunoby has made 56% of his shots and 52% from downtown. He's 11 for 21 on three-point attempts. On both ends of the floor, he has been arguably the best player so far in the series. Now, one of the biggest differences in Anunoby's game from the regular season to the postseason so far has been his rebounding, where, again, he's averaging nearly 9 boards per contest. And Mike Brown was asked about that when he met the media before the game, if rebounding was a point of emphasis for Anunoby heading into these playoffs.
Yeah, yes, but not playoff time. You know, we all need to rebound better, and OG is just taking it to, in my opinion, a level that he's more than capable of. OG's a monster, and when he imposes his will on the game, he can impact it in a lot of different ways, and rebounding is definitely one of them.
Filling in here at Madison Square Garden as we count down to tip-off of game number 5 between the Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. We'll take another break on New York Knicks game night, and when we come back, Monica McNutt will join me for her thoughts on the matchup and keys to tonight's game. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
And welcome back to Madison Square Garden for the Knicks pregame show, brought to you by Amazon Hub Delivery, getting closer to tip-off of Game 5 between the Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. Both teams now on the floor for their pregame warm-ups. Great to be joined by Monica McNutt, who once again is on the call tonight with Tyler Murray. All right, Monica, start to finish, Game 4, the Knicks' best performance of the playoffs so far. What did they figure out in that game, and how can they carry that over to tonight?
Well, Pat, I think one of the things, and not to oversimplify, but we've seen this all season, that it is a part of how the Knicks are able to show up, was their ability to knock down threes in that last game. That's a big deal for this group. It allows them to find rhythm, continuity. It forces defense staff to choose if they want to collapse on the paint, if they want to get out and contest the shooters. And so for the Knicks to shoot 45% in that ball game, that's been a while since we've cited such a percentage. And so I think that was a big factor. But beyond that, I thought that was one of the best displays of a group that played for one another. There was the appropriate energy, that we're looking out for each other, whether it was having guys back in the little skirmishes, if you will, or if it was getting Mikal Bridges going in that first half or first quarter of that ball game. All of it. And, of course, we've all said it at this point. It is highlighted by the 20-point triple-double by Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, how about what the Knicks are able to do when Towns, the offense runs through him as it did, and when he plays the way he did on Saturday?
Yeah, he's an underrated passer, I think, when people talk about his game. He had 10 assists in that one. And in a Knicks uniform in particular, I think he's had a willingness, particularly when he's at that foul line extended area on either side, just outside the lane lines, to just sit back and almost quarterback, right? Now, are you on the verge of sometimes that getting a little too cute because he's dancing with the basketball? Yeah, but I do think that an aggressive Karl-Anthony Towns who is mindful makes a very big difference, right? Like he's playing with so much intention, and he has gravity. He's a force field out there.
It seemed like the series, as it goes along or has gone along, the Knicks were in the need of a little of what Jose Alvarado can bring them.
Yeah.
And they certainly got that. A 14-minute stint, but it felt a lot bigger than that in Game 4.
It really did. I remember looking at that box score and being like, he only played, because this is before he goes in at the fourth quarter, he's only played 10 minutes so far. He plays big minutes. And in a game, if Game 3, not to harken too much on that, but I thought the Hawks had better energy. And that was the product of the Knicks getting down early in that one and needing to fight back and have a comeback story that ultimately they were unable to complete. Jose Alvarado's energy, an aggressive Karl-Anthony Towns, the Knicks shooting the three ball, all of those things represent the Knicks being able to dominate in that energy category, which is not going to show up on a box score, but you could feel the shift. You felt the urgency. And while I continue to say it's hard to replicate the urgency of being in a back up against the wall position, I do think that so far this series, the first 4 games have served as a wake-up call for this veteran group. And so I expect a level of urgency that we didn't see in games 1 and 2 here tonight.
I want to ask you about the guy who arguably has been the best all-around player in this series through 4 games so far. What are you seeing from OG Anunoby?
It's just simple basketball, and it's beautiful for him. I remember midway through the season-ish, and Tyler's heard me say this, there was a point where he just seemed to streamline his game. The only move we saw was sort of, I want to say it was a right-to-left spin dribble from him. You would see baseline drive, direct cut, but everything was like 3 dribbles and power, 3 dribbles or less and power. And I think in this series, that has been effective. I mean, he's been at the rim. I don't have the official dunk stat in front of me, but he's been at the rim consistently. He's been effective in the paint, and he's quietly, I don't know how quiet it is anymore, but he's one of the guys that has been able to shoot the 3 ball well.
All right, Game 4 was the biggest game of the season for the Knicks. Now Game 5 becomes the biggest game of the season for the Knicks. So let's get to your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep.
All right, Kat, I'm about to call you Kat.
Pat, I like that.
Yeah,
I'll
get
take
it all,
that.
messing it off. Okay, Pat. Key number 1, 3-point shooting. 42% from the 3 the last time out for the Knicks. That was important. We're hoping that momentum carries over here in the Garden. 45.2%, just to clarify. This is not a new concept for this group, that the 3-point line is indicative oftentimes of what side of the column they're going to be on when the game goes final. And so here at home, they need to shoot the ball well, take good shots, make good shots, and get it going from 3. Key number 2 is to continue to play through Cat. I'm not sure what that's going to look like tonight. I personally think that Quinn Snyder will look to make him far more uncomfortable, whether that is firing double teams at him, bodying up with the defender, telling his guys to sort of how to guard him in terms of baiting him maybe into charge calls. But I think if he is poised and can recognize these things, he has the capability to make the right reads off of those defensive decisions if the Hawks do go there. And the last one for me is going to continue to be points in the paint. It's a category that the Knicks have dominated so far in this one. When you look at the first 2 games in Atlanta, the first 2 games in Atlanta, they've outscored the Hawks in the paint 106-84. And so here at home, you really want to feel that and let that provide some easy opportunities. So 3-point shooting, play through Cat, and points in the paint.
All right, here we go. Have a great call, Monica.
Thanks, Pat.
That was your keys to the game presented by Princeton Jeep. Visit them at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey for the best deals or offers, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com to see all the fantastic vehicles in stock, and tell them Rick Brunson sent you. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York, WHSQ, WCBS-FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
And that'll do it for New York Knicks game night. Coming up next from Madison Square Garden, Game 5 of this first-round series between the Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. Tyler Murray and Monica McNutt have the call, and I will be back with you at halftime. Enjoy the game, everyone. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York, and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This has been Amazon Hub Delivery New York Knicks game night. New York Knicks basketball is coming right up.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Rebound. Towns, and the putback is good. It's a Towns takeover here in the third quarter, and the Knicks have an 86-65 lead.
New York Knicks basketball is on the air.
Kicks it to Anunoby. Far corner 3. Got it! It's the 10th assist for Karl Anthony Towns and his first career playoff triple-double.
The New York Knicks. Are you ready?
And the New York Knicks have evened this first-round series with Atlanta 2 games apiece.
Knicks basketball starts right now. Live from Madison Square Garden for the NBA playoffs. It's Game 5. Now here's Monica McNutt. And with the play-by-play, here's Tyler Murray on the MSG Radio Network.
Saturday night in Atlanta was a must-win for the Knicks, and they took care of business in Game 4 with a 114-98 victory to even the series at 2. Now tonight on a Tuesday in Manhattan, it's a can't-lose Game 5. 84% of the time, the winner of Game 5 in a 2-2 NBA-tied series has gone on to win, regardless of what round we're talking about. And for the first time since they expanded this first round to 7 games after it was 5 forever, this is the first time the Knicks have been tied 2-2 through 4 games in this opening round. So rarefied air in a series that is guaranteed to go at least 6, which is a bit further than a lot of fans might have expected. But with a plus 25-point differential, having lost their 2 games by just 1 point apiece, the Knicks certainly have shown they are capable of getting this done tonight to take what would be a commanding 3-2 lead in this opening round series. The New York Knicks take on the Atlanta Hawks for Game 5 here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. So glad you're with us, everybody, alongside Monica McNutt. I'm Tyler Murray, and what a crew we've got for you this evening in New York. Ray Santiago, our producer, Stephen Rayer, our statistician, and Gary Jeffries, our esteemed engineer. Great job by Pat O'Keefe, as always, on the pregame show. Monica McNutt, we always talk about keys to the game, and you've already rattled through them in the pregame show, but I think it is not oversimplifying to say three-point shooting could very well decide this game and this series. You look at Game 5, Knicks shot, or Game 4, Knicks shot 45%, the Hawks shot 24%.
Yeah.
But maybe it's more about how the Knicks got those open looks and how they prevented the Hawks from knocking down their shots that is most encouraging.
Yeah, well, our colleague Alan Hahn pointed to the open shots in Game 3 and argued that the Knicks had, I believe the number was 9, open looks that they were unable to knock down. And so I think a big part of Game 4 overall just continues to be the team's energy, right? Yes, Karl-Anthony Towns was dominant force in the paint. Yes, OG Anunoby continued to get backdoor cut opportunities along that baseline, also in the paint, and that frees up the confidence and the looks from the three-point line. But I just think the desperation of Game 4 from this team, not wanting to come back to New York down 3-1, that's what really showed. And they got it clicking on both sides of the basketball because I think the defense stood out as well.
The vibe in the locker room after the win was not relief or euphoria or satisfaction. The Knicks almost felt like they were kicking themselves for only just having tied the series up. And as Monica always says, you cannot manufacture desperation, but after back-to-back one-point losses, the Knicks absolutely had a business-like mentality in Saturday's Game 4 win. They briefly trailed in the first quarter 14-13, but that was it. They led the rest of the way, including by as many as 24. And that came even on a night where Jalen Brunson scored his second fewest points in a Knicks playoff win. He had 19 points. You have to go back to Game 2 against Boston last year when he had 15 points until hitting the game-tying and then the game-winning free throws in the final seconds in Boston. Of course, the Knicks would love to have another Game 2 in Boston sometime next week, but plenty of business to attend to first. Tonight in New York, no matter what happens, they're going to Atlanta for Game 6 on Thursday. And much like round 1 against the Pistons last year, sure, it's nice to have a potential Game 7 at home, but you'd rather not have to get there if you can avoid it. But for the Knicks, after falling behind 2-1 in the series, in the end, it would have to be 3 consecutive wins over what's proven to be a very impressive young Atlanta Hawks team. Knicks and Hawks, Game 5 of the Eastern Conference opening round, with the series tied 2 games apiece. Here's Mike Walshevsky, courtside at the Garden.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. And welcome to Round 1, Game 5 of the 2026 NBA playoffs, presented by DoorDash. Tonight's matchup features the Atlanta Hawks and your New York Knicks. And now, if you're able, please rise, remove your caps here to present our nation's colors. Please welcome the New York City Police Department. And now, here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, please welcome Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, and actor, known for his work on Broadway as the Scarecrow and the Wiz, Avery Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Avery Wilson.
We are set for New York Knicks playoff basketball here from Madison Square Garden. Let's get you the starting lineups for Game 5 in a 2-2 tied series, Knicks and Hawks. It is time now for the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Josh Tiven, Courtney Kirkland, and Justin Van Dyne are the trio making the calls. That's the officiating crew, brought to you by Dime Community Bank. Dime Community Bank's new branch is now open at Madison and 37th Street, right in the heart of Manhattan. Visit dime.com to learn more. Dime, we've got your bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Starting lineups for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. No surprises for the Hawks nor the Knicks. C.J. McCollum and Nickeil Alexander-Walker will share the backcourt. McCollum, when guarded by Josh Hart these last two games, has totaled 4 turnovers and just 5 made field goals. Hart helped hold McCollum to a series-low 17 points in Game 4. He missed all 4 of his three-pointers, and perhaps most importantly, it was a blowout. So late in the game, there was no chance for McCollum to get what would have been his 3rd straight game-winning shot. At the 2-guard, Alexander-Walker, he's really had one good quarter offensively anyway in the series. It was the 3rd quarter of Game 3, 4 of 6 from the field in that 12-minute span. In the other quarters, he's shooting just 30% from the field overall. If Alexander-Walker gets going, this could be a real issue for the Knicks, but they collectively, with Mikal Bridges leading the way, done an excellent job defending the most improved player in the NBA, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Dyson Daniels and Jalen Johnson, their talented wing duo. Daniels, 3 offensive rebounds in each of the last 2 games. His offense has, in terms of scoring, been nowhere to be seen, but he's crashed in the offensive glass, and that's been a problem for just about anybody he's matched up against. 3-point shot, though, he's just 1 for 7 from beyond the arc in the postseason. And Jalen Johnson, 3 out of 14 from downtown in these first 4 games. Josh Hart, once again, has a whole lot to do with that, but he still had a great Game 3. Johnson, 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists, but he was held to only 14 points in Game 4. In the middle, it's Onyeka Okongwu, whose 3-point shooting cooled off a little bit once the series shifted to Atlanta. He's 6 of 9 from 3 as a stretch 5 when they play here in New York, but just 2 of 7 from beyond the arc in Games 3 and 4. That's been a real factor, Okongwu's 3-point shooting. We'll see if the Knicks can continue to cool him off. For New York, it's Jalen Brunson ahead of the Snake. Similar numbers, or at least a similar trend to what we saw from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Brunson had one unbelievable quarter, and it was the very first quarter of the series. He was 8 of 11 here a week ago with the 19-point first quarter, playoff career high for a first frame. But since then, shooting just 37% from the field. Still, the 2-point shooting continues to slightly improve. But from 3, he had one of his better shooting games on Saturday. 3 of 4 from beyond the arc. And when his first one went down early on in the game, you had a feeling it was going to be a good offensive night for the Knicks, and that turned out to be the case. Mikal Bridges will get the start once again. All 8 of his points in Game 4 came in the opening quarter. Really didn't play much in the second half. It turned into a Jose Alvarado, Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby show, but Bridges clearly fired up with some big impact plays on both ends, at least in the first half. And everybody knows if the Knicks want to make another deep playoff run, they cannot do it without number 25. Then you've got Josh Hart and OG Anunoby on the wings. Anunoby might just be the best player in the series so far. Each of the last 2 games, he's gone 9 of 16 from the field. And you heard the stat from Pat O'Keefe if you caught the pregame show. The Karl Anthony Towns triple-double, 6 of his 10 assists went to OG Anunoby. And a lot of them on that baseline cut set up by Jalen Brunson. Screens in the corner. Really nice synergy for the Knicks, showing some new wrinkles in the offense just in time to tie this series at 2. As for Josh Hart, if you look at the box score offensively, maybe he won't be blown away. He's 2 for 15 from 3 in the series, but his defense on the pick and roll against the ball handler has been the best across the NBA, according to some advanced statistics that I won't bore you with here. The center is Karl Anthony Towns, the aforementioned 20-point triple-double, and a reestablishing of his superstar status and his difference-making potential in a playoff series. We've seen it so many times already in just 2 years in orange and blue, and he's by far the best plus-minus in the series at a plus 46. Knicks in their black statement uniforms this evening. Neon orange numbers, letters, and trim. And the Hawks once again in their white, red, and gold uniforms. Towns wins the tip, and we're underway. It's Brunson with the ball from right to left. Game 5 of the opening round. We're tied 2-2. Knicks and Hawks. Towns, top of the key, defended by Daniels. 8 to shoot. He'll find Brunson far corner. Pump fake and a drive baseline on Alexander Walker, and he misses a floater. Rebound tipped to the far corner by Hart, but McCollum picks it up and finds Alexander Walker.
So the first play call of this one is the same one that was so effective between Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby all through Game 4 back in Atlanta. This time, though, the option is not OG Anunoby cutting back door. It was Jalen Brunson who actually sprung free for a look from the three-point line.
I thought he might take that three, but he drove for a more high percentage shot instead. The shot clock did not reset, so they will have a brief delay here. It's currently showing 0.0 on the red clock. 11:34 to go in this game. No score yet. After a missed Brunson shot, C.J. McCollum pulled down the defensive rebound, and that is all we have to report so far. Crew chief Josh Tiven is over at the scorers table trying to figure things out. You can call this tonight's first Knicks timeout, sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Sometimes in these situations, Monica, we have a delay because of a clock 26 seconds in. You ask, who does this benefit more, the Knicks or the Hawks? I don't think there's any advantage to be had here with a 0-0 score.
You are such a seasoned broadcaster to go right to the beneficial question.
They don't have to take a three here. That's the other thing we say.
Sure don't.
And they have indeed unplugged it and replugged it back in. It's flashing back and forth from 24 to 14.
What clock are you looking at?
Now it says 24. The one off to our left.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it flashing.
Do you see it saying 22 now?
22 now. Got it.
And that is the correct amount of time. And we will indeed continue with National Basketball Association playoff action. With Johnson inbounding from the far sideline, he'll get it to his center, Okongwu, in the backcourt, and he hands to Alexander Walker. An 8-second violation would be funny, but he gets it across midcourt quickly enough. Left wing, Dyson Daniels crosses over Brunson. Far side, mid-range, spins for the center of the paint and rattles in a right-hand hook shot over Brunson to give Atlanta a 2-0 lead, which is their largest lead since Game 3. They were up 14-13 briefly in the first on Saturday in Game 4, but that was it. Knicks one going away, led by as many as 24 at one point. Towns on the left side. Arc faces up on Dyson Daniels. Holds the ball out with his right hand. Brunson off the screen, catches up top, drives to the foul line on Alexander Walker, and a pull-up jump shot is good from the dotted line to tie the game at 2.
It's good old screen the screener. That's what we used to call it back in the day. Or you can call it a stagger play as well. But Jalen Brunson sets the initial screen and gets the second screen from OG Anunoby.
Daniels left alone inside. He'll drive and kick to the right corner. McCollum almost stolen by Hart. It was tipped toward McCollum, who airballs a foul line floater. It's caught by Daniels, who laid it in. Looked like an alley-oop, but it was not on purpose. 4-2 Hawks, 90 seconds in.
So my early assessment of this one, Dyson Daniels has a little pep in his step in this ball game.
Knicks ball from right to left, trailing by 2. Towns on the near side wing, similar to what they set him up with for most of Game 4. He tried to find Anunoby underneath, but his pass was out of reach off his fingertips and collected by McCollum. Atlanta ball from left to right. They're in white tonight. Okongwu far side mid-range, posting up the smaller Bridges. Took him into the paint. Wild running right-hand bank shot wouldn't go. Tipped out to Anunoby. He'll find Brunson across the timeline. Hart far baseline behind the back dribble, posting up McCollum. Up top for Towns. Pump fakes a 3 on Daniels, who has the Towns assignment early. Anunoby left corner, 10 to shoot, sizing up Okongwu. Thinking about a 3. He'll drive baseline instead. Got to the rim. Double team comes from Johnson, and it's off Johnson's leg out of bounds with just 6 to shoot for the Knicks.
So we've seen Nickeil Alexander-Walker is starting with the primary assignment on Jalen Brunson.
And that is new. It's Daniels for the first 4 games.
Daniels is on Karl Anthony Towns, and so that's one of the adjustments so far in terms of a smaller defender that can bother Towns off the dribble. Oh, goodness.
Risky pass from Jalen Brunson to the top of the key from underneath the basket. It was tipped out of bounds again by Johnson toward the far sideline. Monica said goodness because Josh Hart went crashing into the first row. A subdued start to this game atmosphere-wise because of the clock malfunction, and a strong start from Atlanta. Only 4-2, but they have clearly come to play after, as they say, getting punched in the mouth in Game 4. Inbound to Brunson, right point, 4 to shoot. Top of the key, crosses over Daniels, right elbow, spins to the dotted line. Quick left-hand floater is off the front rim and in to tie the game at 4. Brunson has all 4 Knick points. He's 2 of 3 from the field. Nobody else has taken a shot yet. McCollum, far corner. Baseline drive, slip pass to the paint for Okongwu. Feeds the right wing. Johnson rattles out a 3. He is 3 of 15 from downtown in the series. It is Brunson from right to left. Alexander Walker on him. Screen from Anunoby at the right wing. It's Okongwu matched up with Brunson. He's held his own here, but a double team comes now. Swinging around Bridges' left corner. Finds the mid-range jump shot. Fadeaway. Got it over Okongwu's good contest. That's a tough shot from Mikal Bridges, but he gives the Knicks a 6-4 lead.
He's been really good in his mid-range jumpers, particularly to start ball games.
McCollum leans in toward the left wing, and a 2-point floater is good with a foul called on Josh Hart. A little hesitation dribble. Hart overcommitted, so McCollum leaned in with Hart on his hip, and he ties the game with a free throw coming.
I mean, this is the move that you just drill in front of some cones, perhaps with a trainer leaning on you if you may, but McCollum is in a full dribble penetration and feels the pressure on that right hip and gets into his shooting motion before Josh Hart can even move his arm bar out of the way.
But he misses another free throw. We talked about this earlier, Monica. He's taken 20 foul shots in the series now. He's only made 11 of them. Brunson left wing. Game is tied at 6. Hart gets free on the right side perimeter. Looking around. He'll take an open 3 and connects. Josh Hart off the dribble from downtown. The Knicks lead at 9-6.
I like the way that this ball is moving around to different Knicks now at this point, and they're just playing with the utmost confidence. But there's Dyson Daniels still going at Jalen Brunson and able to finish at the rim.
Took him right to the bucket for a right-hand layup. Knicks have played excellent offense, but they can get some stops here. This will be a wonderful first quarter. They're 4 of 5 from the field with 4 assists on 4 made field goals. But the Hawks are 4 of 7, 1-point Knick lead. Anunoby wants to get involved, top of the key, step back 3 over Okongwu. He got fouled, and Okongwu immediately waving for a challenge. 8:08 to go in this first quarter. It's Knicks 9, Hawks 8. And for the time being, Anunoby's going to get 3 free throws. And Quinn Snyder's making that walk down the far sideline toward midcourt. And he will not challenge.
I like the communication, though, between Karl-Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby on that play. Towns was coming to that right side, right side of the lane line, and was telling OG Anunoby to go toward the left. He came and set the screen, and then Anunoby made the read that ultimately got him an opportunity to go to the free throw line.
He's able to hit the first free throw at the basket to our left. He rattles in the second. Anunoby was 7 of 7 from the foul line in game 3. Great response after missing 2 crucial foul shots in the final seconds of the game 2 collapse. Knicks could not hold a 12-point lead at the start of the fourth quarter. Anunoby gets all 3, and it's a 12-8 New York advantage. Hawks are shooting it well, but the Knicks even better. 4-point lead, 12-8, 4 minutes gone by in a pivotal game 5. The winner gets a 3-2 series lead. Alexander Walker baseline drive, double teamed underneath Daniels. Finds an open Okongwu right wing. He rattles out the 3, and a strong contested rebound from Anunoby. He's got 4 already. He had 10 in game 4, 9 rebounds in game 3. Brunson right wing, pump fake to 3 on McCollum. Jab step right, dribble left, steps back. He couldn't get past CJ McCollum. Resets near midcourt, wants to build some steam. Bounce pass to Hart, far corner. His drive is sealed off by Johnson. Drives baseline instead. Spins, turns, tough fadeaway jumper. Missed off the front rim. It's a strong defensive possession from Atlanta. Johnson wanted to go coast to coast. Ball was poked out of his hands at the right side foul line. Then he tripped. Knocked it out of bounds right baseline, and it's off of Atlanta.
That is a fortuitous home bounce for the New York Knicks for sure. I think in Atlanta that might have been a foul called against Josh Hart on that reach-in. He's kind of got that offhand on the back of Jalen Johnson. But neither here nor there, Knicks ball.
Up by 4, 7:20 to go in the first. If you're a Hawks fan, you're saying Alexander Walker and Johnson have not played nearly up to their potential. We're still tied in this series 2-2, but when will they arrive? Anunoby misses a left wing 3 off the dribble. Okongwu had a hand in his face.
Yeah, that ball had a funky backspin on it, a little bit of a knuckleball from Anunoby.
Johnson spins on Brunson, caught in midair, and he fired a pass out of bounds. Looked like he had a decent right elbow pull-up, but he tried to force a pass underneath to Okongwu, who was posting up for the rebound. So Jalen Johnson back-to-back turnovers. This is a guy who's going to make All-NBA. If you watch the Pistons Magic game yesterday, you heard sentences a lot about Jalen Duren, like He's going to make All-NBA, but he does not look like it so far in the series, and you have to put Johnson in that category at least so far. Knicks ball from right to left, up 12-8. Whistle and a foul at the top of the key, and Mikal Bridges gets called for a rare offensive foul. He was fighting through Nickeil Alexander-Walker up top, pushed him down, and the call is made by Justin Van Dyne to give the ball back to Atlanta. It is 12-8 New York, 6:42 remaining in the first quarter. Timeout on the floor. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
When it's playoff basketball, you got to do a little bit of everything.
The intensity levels are at an all-time high. These are the NBA playoffs. Every team looking to make a run.
This is incredible.
Every player looking to make history.
Give me all you got. Let's go.
So tune in, because this is going to be unbelievable.
This is exactly what we want.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google continue on ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock, and Prime.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month, and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. We've got Ray Santiago, Stephen Rayer, and Gary Jeffries up in the broadcast booth. Monica had an excellent appearance on the Don Hahn and Rothenberg show earlier today when they talked about the New York Knicks, who are up 12-8, but also about her lovely dog, Lucky, who is an Instagram star now, I understand.
Yeah, something like that, my monster baby. Listen, it was beautiful in Chicago over the weekend. For all my dog lovers and Knicks lovers, you know, we're all in the same boat together. He definitely eats jewelry. He didn't eat it. He destroyed it, though. But it can be repaired. Anyway, back to basketball.
Your thoughts on the first 5 minutes or so of this pivotal game? 5, Knicks up by 4, and 4 of 7 from the field. All of their field goals have been assisted.
I like the pace. I like the way the Knicks are sharing the basketball. And when I say pace, I mean they're patient enough to let the plays evolve. Sometimes I think this team is a little guilty of, 1, frankly, not running the offense. 2, hurriedly running it so that it is not effective. If you're going to set screens, and you and I were talking a little bit about this offline earlier today, if you're going to set screens, 1, the offensive player receiving the screen needs to be still enough to set up their defender to come off the screen hard. And if you're setting the screens, you got to set them and be prepared for contact.
2 substitutions already for Atlanta. Gabe Vincent and Jonathan Kuminga into the game. Alexander Walker left point pump fake sidestep. Thought about a 3 but finds Kuminga in the far corner instead. He rolls out the triple. Rebound tipped several times and eventually won by Anunoby. Took it away from Johnson.
That's OG Anunoby's 5th rebound already in this ballgame.
That is remarkable. We're just 6 minutes in. Knicks by 4. Brunson driving left side block on Alexander Walker. Posting him up on a right-hand dribble. Taking his time with 9 to shoot. In the middle of the paint, he'll spin baseline, got hit, threw it up, no call, no bucket, fell off the back rim as Brunson looks over toward Josh Tiven, the head official.
So the Hawks, though, content to guard one-on-one there.
And it worked. Johnson up top, passes to Okongwu right wing, and a hand back to Johnson at the near perimeter. He'll drive right side toward the paint, and a right-hand bank shot is good, plus a foul. Looked like Karl Anthony Towns, who was waiting for him at the near side block, put a hand out and grabbed him, and Johnson still able to finish to make it a 2-point game with a free throw coming.
So these are the moments where Karl Anthony Towns has to be keenly alert to how important he has been in the course of this series. He finished game 4 with 5 personal fouls. That one is just sort of bad timing on his part. He could remain vertical, if you will, not breaking the plane, and he would have been fine to contest a little bit of an off-balance shot by Johnson.
Bridges comes out of the game. Deuce McBride checks in. The Knicks are a plus 32 in the series when they have this lineup. Brunson, McBride, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Free throw was good. Knicks ball up by 1. 5.5 to go in this first quarter. Brunson right wing, jab step with his left foot, finds Towns on the left wing for a 3. He rattles it in. Karl Anthony Towns is 5 of 15, or rather 8 of 15 from 3 in the series, and the Knicks lead by 4. Gabe Vincent can't answer. He bricked a left wing 3. Brunson fumbled the rebound to Okongwu, and it sets up Johnson for a straight-on triple to make it a 1-point game again.
Listen, the Hawks shot just 10 of 41 from 3 in game 3. I don't expect that to hold. Or game 4, excuse me.
Quick charging layup from Josh Hart. He went coast to coast in a blur for an easy layup to make it a 3-point game. Far corner 3, Alexander Walker. Back rim, no. Rebound, Towns. He'll find Brunson streaking across midcourt from right to left. He gets right to the bucket, and the layup is good with a left hand. The roommates going coast to coast for back-to-back fast break layups and a 5-point Knick lead.
I'm sure they appreciate the way you tie that all together.
We've been a celebrity guest after all, the award-winning podcast. Far side angle, it is Kuminga. Baseline drive on Brunson, sealed off at the block. He'll back him down, spins baseline. Tough turnaround jumper is good. It's the kind of shot, especially with Brunson defending, you'll kind of settle for if you're the Knicks defensively, but it's now a 3-point game.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, in game 3, Kuminga had such a big game that Quinn Snyder actually went away from Dyson Daniels, his defender, because he didn't want Jalen Brunson to be able to hide, and Kuminga had a lot of opportunity when he was guarded by him.
Towns drives on Kuminga, spins to the middle of the lane, and hits a right-hand layup and one. What a move from Karl Anthony Towns. He put Kuminga in the spin cycle, and it led to a wide-open layup, even though he got pushed by both Johnson and Kuminga. 5-point Knick lead with a free throw on the way.
That was impressive by the big cat to start this ball game. I mean, that is such a great sign when you see it from Karl Anthony Towns. He's already knocked down a 3, so cool. Got to respect his 3-point shot. You should have been doing that anyway. But that time, him being able to finish through contact with such tremendous energy. Love that start by him.
And here's what else is encouraging. The first 5 minutes went by, and Towns didn't get a shot. It was all Brunson and Anunoby and Bridges at a mid-range jumper. We have seen sometimes it's tough for Towns to flip that switch in the middle of a first quarter if he's not involved early. But the 3 you mentioned, now the 3-point play opportunity, he's dialed in and being able to help this team in many more ways than just scoring, as the Knicks will bring in Mitchell Robinson to join Towns, Brunson, Hart, and McBride.
I think that's a great call out by you. But we talked about the way the ball was moving and just sharing, so Karl Anthony Towns could be confident that his opportunity was going to come. He can't miss a free throw, though.
Just the 3rd time he's missed a foul shot in the series. Long rebound in midcourt for Kuminga. Brunson trying to draw a charge. I think that's a good no call, but there is a call on Kuminga pushing off on Hart as he drove toward the foul line. So an offensive foul on Kuminga. Knicks get it back up by 5, 8 minutes into the game.
Important note, while Karl Anthony Towns was shooting that free throw, we've got Mitchell Robinson and Deuce McBride on the floor for OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges.
Well, the important note is the fact that Towns and Robinson are playing together.
That is it. That's the bigger picture. You're right. How did I miss that?
First time since game 2, we have not seen the double bigs. Now Hart drives right side, blocking a floater, missed short, but a foul on Jalen Johnson. So on both ends of the floor, Josh Hart is forcing the issue. He draws a foul on Kuminga on the defensive end, and then he took it right to Johnson to draw a foul on the soon-to-be All-NBA forward.
Josh Hart, he plays so hard, but every time he hits the ground, I wince a little bit on his behalf. A season ago, toward the end of the season, those ribs were battered and bruised for him.
And there have been injury scares with, I think, Jalen Brunson in particular. He left the game, I think, early in the 3rd quarter on Saturday, but that's what helped allow Jose Alvarado to shine. And according to Mike Brown, he seems to be one of the top backup point guard options. We'll see what happens if and when Brunson comes out. Hart got the first free throw. It hit the backboard, then rolled all the way around the rim and dropped through. At the basket to our left. He'll take his second free throw, and it's good. Josh Hart with a game-high 7 points, just ahead of Jalen Brunson's 6. And the Knicks have a 23-16 lead. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Johnson up top, defended by Hart with McCollum on the bench. Vincent at the foul line. Alley-oop to Kuminga. Holy smokes, he went up high and with the right hand stuffed it. He almost jumped over the backboard on that play.
Gosh.
23-18. Knicks lead it, but momentum back in the Hawks' favor. New York needs a response. Brunson right wing three, too strong, and a rebound for Johnson. Brunson fell down, no call. 5-on-4 the other way. Johnson through the lane, no defense from the Knicks, and he dunked it. And then Hart got the rebound, or at least got the inbound. Brunson was cherry picking, and Hart will throw it 80 feet down court. Now Brunson is limping a bit. Maybe he wanted a landing area foul on that previous three-point attempt. Healthy enough to get that layup to go. Knicks by 5. 3:05 remaining in this first quarter. Kuminga right side corner. Sidestep two-point shot misses short over Towns. The Knicks will concede a shot like that all night. McBride sprinting across midcourt from right to left. 25-20 New York. McBride to the foul line. Pick and roll. Robinson shows the ball underneath to Tony Bradley, who just checked in. They'll get it back up top for Josh Hart. 10 to shoot. Lob pass underneath for Towns. Left block. Posting up Kuminga. Try to draw a charge. Better luck next time on a right-hand hook for Towns. Dropped in for a 27-20 lead.
They are letting the gentleman play tonight, that's for sure, because some of these plays, you and I have definitely heard whistles blown on very similar plays.
Certainly in the regular season, you're right. Would have been the second foul on Towns.
For sure.
Kuminga to the foul line, out of the dotted line. Pull-up jumper blocked by Robinson. The double bigs going to work right now in Game 5. Brunson top of the key, crosses Alexander Walker, shoves him out of the way. Left-hand layup, missed it. Offensive rebound, Hart, and the putback is good.
They called Josh Hart, though.
There was a push-off, you're right. He made space by throwing Johnson out of the way. That's a good call. It let a lot go, but that one could not be ignored. 27-20, Knicks with the lead, and that'll bring us to another media timeout with 2:11 to go in this first quarter. Hart with 7, Towns with 7, Brunson with 8, and maybe another ankle tweak after a landing area call that did not go New York's way. But a 7-point lead with 2:11 remaining in this first quarter of Game 5. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Knicks with their largest lead, up 27-20 with 2:11 to go in the first quarter. Almost had a 9-point lead, but An offensive foul, or a loose ball foul to be more precise, on Josh Hart, pushing off to get an offensive rebound, so the putback was waved off. Hart's got 2 fouls. Jonathan Kuminga has 2 as well. Nobody else in real foul trouble, but of course with Karl Anthony Towns, you always have to worry. He does have 1 early on, but he's picked up 2 in the first half on several occasions in the series, and it's never really come back to bite the Knicks. 7-point lead, 2:11 remaining in this first quarter, and the Knicks will bring in Jordan Clarkson for the first time. Brunson, McBride, Anunoby, and Robinson out there as well.
Remember, part of, and I guess as we are reflecting on the series, some of the Game 3 shuffles when the Knicks were down for much of that ball game until the fourth quarter, we saw some rotations that were like, oh, this is new, but I think it was Mike Brown trying to push buttons. Tonight, we've gotten back to more of the customary rotation with Jalen Brunson now taking a little rest here with the last 2 minutes to go.
Yes, curious to see if we'll have any non-Brunson and Towns lineups. They haven't been a complete disaster, but it is still a bit jarring.
Oh, I'm sorry. Brunson is not taking rest. I thought Clarkson was coming in for him.
Clarkson on the near side wing, almost stole a pass to Vincent near the top of the key. Vincent nearly threw it away to the near sideline. Daniels, a good catch. He'll spin on Brunson in the middle of the paint. Tough right-hand layup, wouldn't go over the contest of Mitchell Robinson, and Anunoby gets his 6th rebound. Now Clarkson on the right side perimeter, pick and roll with Robinson. Clarkson down the middle of the lane, and a right-hand floater rattled in, plus a foul. Chance to make it a 10-point lead at the free throw line. Jordan Clarkson's impact cannot be overstated off the bench in this series.
It is only a 9-point game, but I really, really see the momentum and the energy from Game 4 carrying over with this Knicks squad, capitalizing on the moment, so far showing some urgency. Now, we got a lot of basketball left to play, but good starts have been a key point for this Knicks team in the postseason.
Deuce McBride has played the most minutes off the bench for the Knicks, but Jordan Clarkson has played the second most. And I know you'll love this quote, Monica, as he hits the free throw to make it a 10-point game. Quote, "It's beautiful, bro. I'm just happy to be playing for something again. In the playoffs.
Such a vibe.
This high is something you can't buy."
Yeah, JC is just such a vibe.
90 seconds left, first quarter. Knicks 30, Hawks 20. Daniels left elbow, looking around and finds Tony Bradley wide open on the right wing, but he's wide open because he doesn't shoot threes. And then McCollum fumbled it out of bounds on the right sideline, tipped off his leg by a long arm of Mitchell Robinson with 1:22 to go. Knicks by 10, working it from right to left. It is the 4th Hawk turnover. Brunson pressured across midcourt by Dyson Daniels. He does get it across the white stripe. Near side ball fake. He gets it to McBride at the center court logo. 7 to shoot, 65 to play. Brunson alley-oop to Robinson. It's through his hands out of bounds, but a foul called as both Vincent and Bradley were grabbing him as he got airborne. It's only the 4th foul in the quarter on Atlanta, so initially it wasn't going to be free throws. It's actually the 5th foul in the quarter on Atlanta. Scoreboard updates, and it will be free throws for Mitchell Robinson. 1:02 to go in the first. Knicks lead by 10. Robinson had 3 foul shots in Game 4 on Saturday. He made 2 of them. He'll get 2 right here. At the basket to our left, he back rims the first.
I like that the ball is getting up there fluidly, though.
Yeah, usually he shoots it at a 0-degree angle. That was more like 4 or 5.
0. Very aggressive.
That's a more arcana.
Did you enjoy your protractor and geometry class back in the day?
Oh, I was horrible at math in many forms, especially overanalyzing shapes. Like, what are we here for? Second one misses short, batted around, and Anunoby pulls it down. It's his 7th rebound. McBride left elbow. Runner is off the mark, but a tip slam from Robinson. That's more his range. He gives the Knicks a 12-point lead.
I actually think that Deuce McBride wanted to go for the oop anyway, but then Mitchell Robinson turned his head, so he settled for the little floater.
But then a runner from the far side, mid-range from C.J. McCollum, snaps a 9-0 Knick run and brings it back to a 10-point game. 42 seconds left in the first. So many times in the first 4 games, McCollum's made big baskets like that to stop Knick momentum. McBride alley-oop to Robinson. He was tied up by Tony Bradley before he could extend his arms to slam it down. And a very smart foul from Atlanta will get Robinson right back to the free throw line with 33.5 to go in the opening quarter.
Mitchell Robinson is just such a force when he heads toward the rim. And, of course, we'll see how long Mike Brown allows him to stay out on the floor if they're just going to hold him and wall him up.
Now, when you get to the final 2 minutes, you can only foul him when he's involved in the play. Otherwise, it's a free throw and possession, but obviously the ball was coming toward him, so he rattles the free throw in and out and then back in again. Well, Robinson is 1 of 3 from the stripe. He'll have another foul shot coming up. Knicks by 11 about half a minute to go in the first quarter. At the basket to our left. The Knicks are 7 of 10 from the line. And I believe a Let's Go Mitch chant has begun here in New York. Robinson misses the second off the back rim, and then a loose ball foul on Jordan Clarkson. He was climbing over the back of Dyson Daniels. Knicks had a foul to give, though, so we appreciate the aggressiveness in the situation.
Very eager to get to that ball, understandably so.
There's an all-you-can-rebound buffet on the second Mitchell Robinson free throws most of the time.
That's clever. Good job.
Mitchell Robinson and Tony Bradley getting physical all the way underneath the right side basket. And then Quinn Snyder says, Tony Bradley, come over here to the sideline. He whispered something to him that you have to think Mitchell Robinson also heard, because he was stride for stride with him toward the far sideline.
I ain't mad at it.
From the far sideline of the backcourt, Daniels will inbound to C.J. McCollum. He's watched across midcourt by Deuce McBride. Attacking the basket to our right, C.J. McCollum dribbles toward the left wing. Far corner double team, kicks it all the way to the near corner for Kuminga. His three is way off, grazing the backboard too far to the right. Rebound McBride, shot clock is off. 33-22 New York, 15 seconds to go first quarter. Knicks fans saluting their heroes in Manhattan. Strong first quarter so far. Brunson double teamed up top, finds Clarkson right elbow. He's all alone for a wide open right hand floater 10 feet away with 3.4 to go. Kuminga across midcourt with one. Swatted out of midair by Anunoby. The heave will not count when it came to the backcourt. And the Knicks, with an emphatic finish to the first frame, have a 35-22 lead after 12 minutes in Game 5.
As important, when you look at that score and you go to dissect it a little bit, you've got 5, 6, 7 Knicks players that have all scored so far in this one. They've got 8 assists on the 13 made field goals. They're shooting 50% from the three-point line. Now, they've only gotten 4 up, which is something that I think you're going to have to keep an eye on. But I really love the way they continue to share the basketball in this quarter, respecting these New York fans, respecting this Garden floor, bringing their best back home with a chance to go up in this series 3-2.
And Jalen Johnson for the Hawks has had his best offensive game of the series so far with a team-high 8 points. In fact, he's tied for the game-high with Jalen Brunson, but the Knicks have just been that good. It hasn't quite mattered that Johnson's had one of his better starts so far. New York 35, Atlanta 22. And much like Game 4 down south on Saturday, just the kind of strong start the Knicks were hoping for. And a can't-lose Game 5 of the opening round series tied 2 games apiece. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup. The largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique personal injury and workers' compensation laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling all types of accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for injured New Yorkers. From construction to car accidents and slips and falls, they've got you covered. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS, where your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
1 in every 6 men is likely to be diagnosed with prostate cancer in his lifetime. That's why New York Presbyterian wants to remind men over 50 to book a prostate cancer screening. A simple blood test is all it takes. It could save your life. Screenings are available across New York City and Westchester at locations near you. Schedule your annual prostate cancer screening today at nyp.org/cancer screening. Stay amazing. New York Presbyterian.
Knicks lead the Hawks 35-22 as we begin the second quarter. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is in the building. And he just proposed some brand new anti-tanking rules about an hour ago. We didn't have time to dive into it, but it was a nice reminder that tanking is not something that has happened here in a long, long time, if it ever happened.
Wow, look at you. You're in a great mood tonight.
No, the Knicks are up by 13. They've taken advantage of a cold shooting start from Atlanta. They've missed 7 of their first 8 threes. Hawks ball from left to right. Opening possession second quarter. Jose Alvarado into the game for the first time with Clarkson, Bridges, Anunoby, and Towns. Anunoby tipped a pass from Alexander Walker on the left wing. It went up in the air, and Towns tried to pounce on it, but he and Anunoby came together at the same time and accidentally batted it out of bounds. Far sideline, but only 4 seconds to shoot. Anunoby said a loud, dirty word toward that far sideline, missing the opportunity for the steal. What a job he's done the last 2 games, including the loss in Game 3. He tied a playoff career high, Anunoby, with 29 points. Corey Kispert into the game first time, finds an open corner shooter. Alexander Walker rattles into 3 in front of the Hawk bench. And a breakdown for New York there off the inbound with just 4 seconds to shoot. And they get a wide open 3, and it's back to a 10-point game. Alvarado when the Knicks go from right to left. They're in the black unis tonight. Hawks in white. Anunoby to the foul line, steps back on Kuminga, leans in to bump him out of the way with his shoulder. Missed a pull-up jumper short, and then swatted out of bounds by Clarkson, who was fighting for the offensive board. And the Hawks will take it.
So I think it's important to call out what's happening as we start the second quarter. Obviously, the Knicks are getting some of their scheduled rest for Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart. I love the energy that Jose Alvarado comes with, but I do want to see if the Hawks look to take a little bit of advantage of this lineup, although you've got Anunoby and Bridges, 2 of the Knicks' better defenders, on the floor.
And the way Clarkson's been playing lately, he's been one of their most inspiring defenders. McCollum's left wing step back was tipped by Towns. Give him a block for that one. It came up 2 feet short on the shot. Towns right wing, defended by Bradley. This should be barbecue chicken. Towns between the legs dribble. Okay, we're on the same wavelength. He'll drive baseline underneath the hoop. Double team finds Clarkson right block. Floater misses off the front rim. Rebound Towns. Put back is good and one. Kispert fouled him, and Towns has a chance at his second 3-point play. Knicks by 12, 10:48 to go in the second quarter.
Karl Anthony Towns continues to assert his dominance in this matchup. 7 points for him already, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's 4 of 4 from the field. The Hawks just have no answer.
At the basket to our left, it's Towns. Did you like the barbecue chicken reference?
I did. We had some delicious brisket here at MSG today. You should have thrown a little brisket next time.
Overnight brisket. Karl Anthony Towns able to hit both free throws. He had made his first 17 foul shots in the series, missed a couple during his triple-double in Game 4. 38-25, New York steal from Bridges. Pass toward the left wing was tipped off the back of his hand. He was face guarding Alexander Walker. Now it's Clarkson into the front court left. He'll find Towns near wing. Triple short. Very short, in fact. Fell straight down into the paint.
Got to get those legs. The lift on that jumper.
Towns hit his first 3-pointer. That one would not go. 10:20 to go in the second quarter. Hawks ball down by 13. McCollum, he's been the momentum swinger in this series, but he falls down, guarded by Alvarado on a foul line drive. Loose ball picked up by Towns. Bridges striding ahead from right to left. 2 steps in the lane, lefty layup, misses badly with Bradley contesting. Kuminga gets the rebound. Bradley shaken up. He's just getting to his feet now, but even with the numbers disadvantage, Kuminga steps around a double team in the middle of the lane from Clarkson and Alvarado and rises for a 2-hand jam to make it an 11-point game.
The athleticism of Jonathan Kuminga, you can see why he fits in this system and with Quinn Snyder. We'll just see how much his maturity carries him through and if he can have a big game tonight.
Towns driving on Bradley on a rip-through move from the top of the key. He was upended at the right elbow and lands awkwardly at the far side lane line. He's on his back right now. He's going to get helped up by the wing stop duo of Bridges and Anunoby. And it goes without saying, very few pure centers can guard Karl Anthony Towns. Tony Bradley is not one of them.
Correct. Jinx, you owe me a soda.
I gave it up for the new year, but you can have one, yes. 9:42 to go in the second quarter.
You ruined it. Anyway.
My bad. It's Alvarado inbounding on the far sideline. I'm supposed to give you the silver.
Exactly.
Inbound to Towns, right side, 9:40 to go before halftime. Knicks by 11. Alvarado gets loose for a right wing three and connects. He hit a big one in Game 4, and from the right side angle, he drilled one near the Knick bench in Game 5. It's a 14-point lead.
That play continues to be effective for a variety of players now in this Knicks offense. We've seen Anunoby, Brunson, and now Alvarado also get clean looks.
Now Towns, the rebound off of a pull-up jumper that was missed by Johnson. Alvarado feeling it, gets to the middle of the paint, misses a push shot from just outside the restricted area, but then as he hustled for the offensive rebound, he's able to draw a foul on C.J. McCollum. Alvarado clapping his hands. He knows little plays like that can swing a series, and his 15 minutes on Saturday in Game 4, including his famous Grand Theft Alvarado sneaking from behind C.J. McCollum. You could argue they changed and maybe even helped win that game.
He just is a guy that brings undeniable energy. And think about it. If you have been, what has this been, the last 4 years in, I think it's actually 6, the last 6 years in New Orleans?
Well, this is his 5th year, so he spent 4.5 years with the Pelicans.
Got it. I gave him a whole extra year. My bad.
Towns backing down. Johnson spins baseline and hits a high arcing bank shot over the contest of Okongwu. Towns has taken over again. He's got 12 points. Timeout, Quinn Snyder. Towns beckons the crowd as the Knicks have taken a 43-27 lead with 9:01 remaining in the second quarter.
Karl Anthony Towns, heavy is the head that wears the crown, but tonight he's done a really outstanding job of making sure that crown is sitting firmly atop his head, owning the responsibility of being the difference maker and causing problems for these Atlanta Hawks.
And heavy is the burden that guards the Towns.
Look, come on, write that down, write that down.
No, that's a one and done. 43-27, Knicks lead the Hawks, a game-high 16-point lead. As we said a whole lot on Saturday, there's a lot of basketball left to be played. No lead has been safe. But simply by the way they are playing, the Knicks are inspiring a lot of confidence right now in their chances here in Game 5. 43-27, just 3 minutes gone by in the second quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Attention Knicks fans! Looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Welcome back to Madison Square Garden where the Knicks lead the Hawks 43-27 early in the second quarter of Game 5. 9:01 remaining before the halftime break. Let's take a 10-second break to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York, WHSQ, WCBS-FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Ray Santiago, our producer. Gary Jeffries, our engineer. Stephen Rayer on stats. And a lot to like about the Knicks' performance thus far, Monica McNutt. But as we said before the break, a long way to go.
Yeah, words. I'm a professional. I like the focus that they're playing with, the urgency that they're playing with. And frankly, Tyler, while we're gawking at the offense, which rightfully so, it's been very fluid and seamless tonight, the way that they are defending also, deflections, active, communicating, switching, that is outstanding as well.
Hawks ball from left to right. Johnson top of the key. Thought about a shot around Towns, but it'll take him to the rim. Bad idea. He's rejected by Towns. Alvarado on the break. Left wing pump fake. Good closeout from Alexander Walker. Now it's Towns on the left side. Arc fake to handoff to Hart. Now he gives it to him back near midcourt. Pick and pop with Towns. Hart drives left side on Vincent. 2 long steps toward the far block. Missed the runner. And the rebound is secured by Atlanta. Johnson down the lane, try to whip it to the far corner for Alexander Walker. Tipped out of bounds by Bridges on a great hustle play. He sprinted the length of the court to get back into the picture and deny what would have been a wide open 3 for Alexander Walker.
So that is to my point that we came out of the break discussing. The effort on both sides of the ball for the Knicks tonight has just been outstanding.
Knicks lineup is Alvarado, Hart, Bridges, and the double bigs, Robinson and Towns. Now on the inbound pass to the far corner, Bridges too aggressive, reaching in for the steal. And it's a foul on Bridges, and smartly Alexander Walker tried to shoot it simultaneously with the catch, but a good call by Josh Tiven. The foul came before the shot went up, so it will not be 3 free throws.
That was smart by Nickeil Alexander-Walker to attempt to get to that movement, though. But this is, we love talking with fans, and someone called out on my Instagram poll today that Nickeil Alexander-Walker has struggled because of the defense that Mikal Bridges has played on him, and I do think he's worth acknowledging for sure.
No question. Vincent, right corner, catch and shoot 3. That's good. He is good for 1 3-pointer a game, Gabe Vincent, in this series. He's made it a 13-point game. Knicks 43, Hawks 30. 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Towns toward the left elbow, screen on the right from Robinson. The big-to-big screen. At the foul line, Towns almost had his pocket picked by Okongwu. Has to retreat to midcourt with 4 to shoot. Alvarado pick and pop with Towns. Alvarado in the lane. Reverse layup won't go. Rebound Robinson, but it's taken away by Okongwu. On the break, Atlanta.
Robinson's got to keep that rebound up.
Vincent right wing 3. Back rimmed it. Offensive rebound to Okongwu. Met by Robinson. Nowhere to go. He's able to find a right baseline pass for Johnson. Posting up Bridges with 6 on the shot clock. Spins baseline. Fadeaway jumper. Off the mark. Rebound Towns. Good defense there from Mikal Bridges. Hart caught unaware from behind at midcourt. Had it poked away by Corey Kispert, who lines up a left wing 3 and missed it. That would have been a huge momentum swing.
All right, I'd like to see the Knicks slow this possession down just a bit.
They will take their time. It's Alvarado on the high side wing. Dribbles back toward the center court logo with Corey Kispert watching him. High screen from Robinson, pick and roll. Baseline drive and a floater off the window and in for Jose Alvarado. He has run the second unit so well these last 2 games. It's a 15-point lead.
He peeked over that left shoulder as well to see how the defense was guarding Mitchell Robinson before he opted for the high banker off the glass, the floater.
Alexander Walker rattles out a straight on 3. Good contest from Hart. Atlanta 3 of 14 from downtown. The Knicks have only taken 6 triples. They've made half of them. 45-30 New York. Alvarado right side drive on Kispert. Shrugs him off, throws it up, and rolls around a bank shot. And he mean mugs Kispert on his way back down. It's a 17-point lead.
A Jose Alvarado of Christ the King sort of ball game. He's put together a couple of back-to-back baskets, and you can feel the energy off of him.
Vincent far side mid-range. Backs up on Towns, but gets rid of it to Johnson, top of the key. Defended by Bridges. He will drive down the middle of the lane and slams home a right-hand jam, leading to a quick Mike Brown timeout. There was a Hawk that came running across the court from behind Alvarado and Bridges. They got tangled up, and that let a wide-open lane available for Johnson. 15-point Knick lead, but Mike Brown will take a timeout. 6:09 to go in the second quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. I gotta say, Monica, I like that timeout. After a rare defensive breakdown during the second quarter, Mike Brown wants to make sure the attention to detail stays consistent throughout the game, which is something we've seen ebb and flow in this series against Atlanta.
Don't be distracted by what's happening in front of you. And I get it. In a perfect world, you'd give up 0 points in the paint, but the Knicks have only allowed 18 points in the paint compared to their 28 points in the paint. Now, the Hawks do have athletes, so every time they go to the rim, they're grabbing it, and it just feels like a moment. But all in all, I actually think this defense, for the most part, has been pretty sound tonight. The Hawks shooting a terrible 3 of 14 from the three-point line. And so the Knicks defense has been locked in.
Well, brilliant job with our Points in the Paint feature, Monica, brought to you as always by Boost Mobile. Again, it's a 28-18 advantage for New York. That's Points in the Paint, brought to you by Boost Mobile. Don't overpay. Get unlimited talk, text, and data for $25 a month forever, for life, for real. Switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, you may experience slower speeds. Timeout Knicks. They lead the Hawks in Game 5, 47-32. This first-round series is tied 2 games apiece. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Calandra stayed at the counter. At Calandra's Bakery, they stick to the basics: real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Calandra's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Calandra's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
Stay tuned for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter and hosted as always by Pat O'Keefe. 6:09 to go before the halftime break. The Knicks have a 47-32 lead on the Hawks. Series tied 2-2. This is a pivotal Game 5. The winner of these matchups, 84% victorious in the series if they take that 3-2 lead. Towns up top. Knicks go from right to left, and a reach and foul by Okongwu. We poked the ball cleanly at first, but then when Towns got the ball back, he tried to poke at it again and got more wrist than basketball. And now the Hawks no longer have a foul to give, just under halfway to go in the second quarter. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. Knicks attacking the basket to our left, and they've got McBride out there with the starters. This has been one of their money lineups in the series. So Brunson, McBride, Hart, Anunoby, and Towns. Inbound to Anunoby, left corner, 12 to shoot. Sizing up Johnson, couple of jab steps with his right foot. Now he puts it on the deck, slashes to the bucket, double teamed underneath the hoop, but he slams it down anyway. OG will not be denied. It's a 49-32 New York lead.
I love that. I just love the determination in that whole dribble penetration from OG Anunoby.
Such long arms. He can rise up even with defenders all around him. Dyson Daniels, Haley's Comet, left wing 3. It's his second three-pointer of the series and just his 24th of the entire season. 14-point game.
My man comes in shooting 19% from the three-point line. I think the Knicks will live with that.
22 for 117 during the year. Brunson to the foul line, driving on Daniels. Picked up his dribble, poked away so he can start again. Top of the key, Hart, left elbow Towns, 4 to shoot. Fake handoff to Brunson. Backdoor cut for Brunson and a wide open left-hand layup. Beautiful bounce pass from Karl Anthony Towns. Knicks by 16.
I'll tell you what, that is assist number 4 for Karl Anthony Towns with 5 rebounds and 12 points. Could we be on the lookout for the back-to-back triple-double performance from Towns?
Gabe Vincent right side in the corner just in front of the three-point line. Now back toward the near hash mark for Michelob. He attacks the closeout from Brunson but misses a right side pull-up from the mid-range. Offensive rebound to Okongwu, and the putback drops from 6 feet out. That is Onyeka Okongwu's first bucket of the game. 2 points in 13 minutes.
When the Knicks don't secure a defensive rebound, they give life and often a second chance opportunity to these Hawks.
Great vision from Brunson. 2 guys came at him up top. Hart slipped through the back door, had a wide open layup as Brunson dishes out assist number 4. 53-37 New York. They're up by 16. 4:11 to go in this second quarter. McCollum to the foul line. Takes a behind the back pass, swinging around Vincent, right wing 3 in the air. That's too strong. Rebound Towns. Thought about a football pass down court for Hart, but he will hand it off to Jalen Brunson. Now it's Towns on the left side perimeter. Aggressive reach and foul from Okongwu. I'm not sure what he had in mind there, because that's going to send the Knicks' best free throw shooter to the free throw line. With a 3:53 left in the second quarter. Knicks by 16. They've led by as many as 17, so a chance to extend their lead to its largest point. Now, Mitchell Robinson was about to check in, but now with Atlanta over the limit, they're going to put him back on the bench, maybe bring him back in with 2 minutes to go when you can't do the hack-a-mitch strategy. Meanwhile, it's Towns about to take a free throw at the basket to our left, and it'll be Mikal Bridges coming in the stead of Mitchell Robinson. 12 minutes so far from Bridges as Towns gets the first free throw. Bridges only played 19 minutes in the Game 4 win, but I think he seems engaged, excited, and contributing, which is all you can ask right now for a guy who's had one of the more frustrating series of his career.
That's not a think. I think that is a fact. And I listen, part of being a professional athlete is everybody has an opinion. You are criticized and celebrated publicly, but considering all that has been swirling Mikal Bridges, I think he's done a solid job of just taking it day by day, opportunity by opportunity. And we talked a little bit earlier about his defense on Nickeil Alexander-Walker being an unsung element of this postseason, of this series.
Towns gets both free throws. It's the largest lead of the night for the Knicks. They're up 55-37. An 18-point cushion, just under 4 minutes to go before halftime. McCollum on the right side wing, pressured by Brunson, double teamed by Hart, slips through it, passes left on the drive for Okongwu. Now to the far corner, Alexander Walker attacks the baseline, kicks it right wing. Daniels a wide open 3, that one's in and out, and Towns gets the rebound. It is Brunson to the front court left. Speeds toward the block on the near side around Daniels. Keeps his dribble underneath. Throws up a layup. Missed it off the front rim, and the putback is good. Knicks by 20.
A little pat statting from Jalen Brunson, shall we?
It's his first rebound.
It is his first rebound.
57-37. 3:15 to go before halftime. Anunoby strips McCollum on a left side drive. Brunson streaking down court. Left hand layup with a push on the back from Daniels. They'll settle for 2. No foul called, but a timeout from Quinn Snyder. The Garden has erupted, and so has the Knicks offense. It's a 22-point lead with 3:08 to go in the second quarter.
Similar to what we saw in Game 1. So far, it is your all-stars that are powering tonight's performance. Jalen Brunson now with 16 points to go along with 3 assists. But it's the 8 of 13 from the field that you're excited to see in terms of getting back to the efficiency that is customary to who he's been all season. And then Karl Anthony Towns. Dare I say we are on back-to-back triple-double watch because he already has 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists in tonight's contest. Now, it could happen like it happened in Game 4 where he didn't need to play much in the fourth quarter. But so far, the Knicks are bringing the necessary urgency and energy on both sides of the basketball.
And the most efficient game we've seen yet in the series from Jalen Brunson. A plus 20, that's the game high. 8 of 13 from the field, and he's only taken 1 3-pointer. So a throwback Brunson performance. And that's something we heard a lot from fans, media, not necessarily the Knicks themselves, but you have to believe a lot of people think if Jalen Brunson brings his regular playoff efficiency to this series, there's not a whole lot of answers the Hawks have, especially the way Karl Anthony Towns is playing. And maybe we're seeing that version of the Knicks right here in the second quarter as the Knicks have opened up a 22-point lead with 3:08 to go before halftime. They were up by 13 after the first, and they're a plus 9 so far in the second. Quinn Snyder has really impressed with his tactical adjustments throughout the series. He's got to make a big one now to get Atlanta back into this game.
He has a deeper basketball bag than me, if you will, and there's no shade in that.
I'm not asking you to come up with the answers, Mike.
No, but as you said it, I'm trying to think, what is there left to do? Like, you got to go to your guys. Now, listen, I always say this, simple should not be conflated with easy. If the Hawks find themselves from the three-point line, that's one scenario, and the Knicks have been a part of the tale of two different halves in terms of their three-point shooting as well. So they are familiar with being in this position also.
Alexander Walker, right wing three. That's a good adjustment for Atlanta. If Alexander Walker starts scoring like he's supposed to, they got a real shot back to a 19-point game. Remember, he had a 36-point outburst when the Knicks went to Atlanta toward the end of the regular season. That was the three-point Knick win on the disallowed McCollum half-court shot. Brunson got pushed hard on the left wing by Dyson Daniels coming around a screen. Hawks over the limit, so 2 free throws for Brunson. Up 19, 2:35 to go in the second quarter. Now, that was a clean enough play from Daniels, but he has really been physical and towing that line.
Towing?
He has been straddling that line.
Yeah, he definitely got 1 foot in. There you go. Double dutching, all of that. He got 1 foot over the line for sure.
So you hope that it doesn't get too chippy and overly physical as he tries to make a momentum-shifting play. Brunson at the foul line to our left. He will take his first free throw of the night. He sinks it, and now he's got 15 points. If you watch the NBA, instead of just complaining about it on social media, you can't put Brunson in that free throw merchant category, at least not in Tier 1. He, of course, has the highest scoring game with the fewest amount of free throws in NBA history when you and Pat O'Keefe were there in San Antonio a couple of years ago, and he went 60-plus. Second free throw rattles out, and a loose ball foul on the Knicks fighting for the rebound. Will give it back to Atlanta, but it's 60-40 New York with 2:35 to go in the second quarter.
This is an important time in this ball game because I'm sure the Hawks are saying they want to create a little bit of momentum to take into halftime, get some rest, build upon whatever positives they can have happen over this next window. And on the other side, for the Knicks, you don't want to let go of the rope, right? You want to stay focused all the way through.
If they didn't learn their lesson from Game 2 in this series, not sure when they will. Right corner three, Onyeka Okongwu. That's good. Towns was late on the closeout as the Knicks got bunched up in the painted area. So just what the Hawks were hoping for. 17-point game, 2:15 to go in the second quarter. Of course, they were down 12 when the fourth started here in Game 2. They came back to win it by 1. Brunson, left side drive, quick bank shot, in and out, and back in again off glass. He's taking the right to Dyson Daniels here in the second quarter. He's got 17 points to lead all scorers.
Brunson came into this one confident based on what he's done in these positions in the past.
And then they leave Johnson alone for a right side back cut. He'll catch and slam with a thunderous right hand. And once again, a 17-point game. Brunson so far, a 9-point second quarter. Alvarado's got 7 points in the second quarter. Towns has 7. And then on the inbound, Daniels went down in a heap at the right side foul line, and they're going to say it's because of a Knick push-off. Yes, Brunson had his hands extended, and he tossed him down to the ground to the right side stripe with 1:52 to go in the second quarter.
There's been a couple of other gentle redirects, we'll call them, that I think the Knicks have gotten away with that one, so I'm not surprised that that one gets called.
Hawks ball from left to right, back within 17. Knicks have led by as many as 22. Johnson up top, double-teamed. Anunoby and Brunson got rid of it. Right corner, Okongwu. Extra pass, Alexander Walker right wing. Down the lane, Daniels hop step on Towns. Out to the far corner from McCollum. He'll take a running right-hander at the free throw line that he misses off the back rim, but a loose ball foul on Deuce McBride.
Oh, no.
And that is the third foul in the last few seconds on the Knicks, but apparently only the first in the last 2 minutes. Because the Brunson foul was offensive, does not count against the bonus. So no free throws, I don't believe, for Okongwu, who had the same thought that I did. He's at the free throw line, looking around asking, wasn't that the second foul in the last 2 minutes? But it has to be defensive fouls in the last 2 minutes.
And to be clear, Deuce McBride was trying to block out Okongwu.
Well, Josh Tiven blows the whistle, and they put 14 on the shot clock. Near sideline inbound, C.J. McCollum, 96 seconds to go in the second quarter. Knicks 62, Hawks 45. Johnson near midcourt, slip pass to Daniels to the foul line, dishes left wing, Okongwu pump fakes McBride out of the way. Then a tough left elbow leaner is off the back rim, and Towns pulls down his 8th rebound. 1:20 left in the second. Anunoby across midcourt from right to left. Towns at the logo. Okongwu right there with him. Didn't want to risk the trailer logo 3. Towns left wing couldn't hand off to McBride. Will try to pass to Hart near side angle, and he does get it to him. Backing down McCollum. Screen on the right from Towns. Off the dribble left wing 3. Hart missed it short. Rebound Johnson as we hit the final minute of the second quarter. Johnson left side arc. He'll drive toward the far block. Anunoby reaching in. Draws the foul. Johnson did and missed the bank shot with 2 free throws coming up for Jalen Johnson, who's got a team-high 12 points. And right when Monica said it was a big moment for Atlanta to hang around, they have responded from down at 22. Well, with a chance to make it a 15-point game with these 2 free throws.
We've seen leads come and go, not just in this series, but across this NBA postseason, so no one should be comfortable here.
Johnson gets the first. So the Knicks have 27 points in the second quarter. All of them, but 4, have been scored by Towns, Alvarado, and Brunson. You got 2 apiece from Anunoby and Hart. At the basket to our right, Johnson hits both. 62-47, a 15-point game. And if you're a Hawk fan, this is pretty much the best you could have hoped for from down 22 a few minutes ago. And there's still 49 seconds left in this half. Towns on the left side elbow. Crowd is growing restless here at MSG. Towns holds the ball wide with his right hand up top for McBride. Sets him a screen. Left wing triple off the dribble. Missed it wide left. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Towns. And the Hawks will take over. 35 seconds to go. It was a 22-point game, as we've said, 59-37. Hawks have gone on a 10-3 run. Whistle away from the ball as Johnson was working his dribble move to the top of the key. They're going to call a foul on the Knicks, and that means free throws for Atlanta. Brunson was grabbing Dyson Daniels, so 28 seconds to go. Daniels will get 2 free throws at the basket to our right.
So Brunson now has 2 personals. He's gotten both of them here in this second quarter.
Both drawn by Daniels away from the ball, but he rattles out the first free throw. Daniels a 62% shooter from the line. Yeah, Brunson was grabbing the back of Daniels' jersey as he was lining up for a screen on Anunoby. Remember that controversial defensive holding call a couple of Super Bowls ago that basically was called on the Eagles and gave the Chiefs the championship? They might have won anyway, but they got to kick a field goal, run the clock out. It was just like that. It wasn't a whole lot of contact because he was clearly pulling his jersey. You don't remember that at all, I can tell.
I know. I do remember that.
Because at least a couple of people here do.
Beloved Super Bowl.
Not for several New York Knicks. They were rooting for the Chiefs to win that.
Yeah, but then their Eagles got it together.
Daniels' second free throw is good. 62-48. It's an 11-3 run for Atlanta. 14-point game, 23 seconds before halftime. 16 to shoot. Brunson near side sets up Towns on a bounce pass at the wing on the left side. Bases up on Kuminga. And a whistle and a foul on Atlanta away from the ball. And Brunson gives 2 thumbs ups to say finally. And it will be on Mohamed Gay. Anunoby is the one who drew the foul, so he'll get to the line of the basket to our left. 14.6 to go in the half, and the shot clock is off.
After starting this ball game feeling as if they were really letting them play, the whistle's gotten lots of exercise down the last 4-minute stretch of the second quarter.
Anunoby rattles in the free throw. That feels pretty big. To stop the bleeding a bit, get some points back on the board for New York. 63-48 Knicks, up by 15. And oftentimes we've seen C.J. McCollum take over a game to get Atlanta back in it, but he hasn't been too much of a factor in this comeback attempt. A lot of Jalen Johnson, a little bit of Dyson Daniels drawing fouls.
So far, let me just caution you.
With perhaps just one defensive possession left in this half, the Knicks will make some substitutions. Shamet comes in for the first time, and Robinson's back in there with McBride, Anunoby, and Hart. 7 first quarter rebounds for Anunoby, a season high for any quarter. He gets both free throws, and now 5 of his 7 points have come at the line. Knicks by 16. Shot clock is off. McCollum taking his time across midcourt. Marked by McBride at center court. Pick and slip with Johnson, middle of the paint. Kick out right corner. 3 for Alexander Walker is too strong. Rebound tipped by Anunoby. He's got 2 seconds toward the center court logo. He gets the heave off inside, but missed it too high off the backboard. And the Knicks will take a 16-point lead to halftime. Missed opportunity for Atlanta. Really well-designed play. Alexander Walker, one of the best corner shooters in the league, could not hit. And it's a 16-point game.
He sprung free for that clean look for sure. Now, it's time for Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Kandre's Bakery. We talked about three-point shooting to start this basketball game. Well, the Knicks have only gotten up 8 threes, which you don't love, but they do have a lead in this one, a 14-point lead in tonight's contest so far, so that's solid. I will say this, though, the Knicks have dominated in the paint, 40-22, an area where we expected them to continue to have an advantage, and on the glass, 25 rebounds to 14 for the Hawks. Those were the Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Kandre's Bakery. Kandre's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket. And Tyler, I just want to add, the cake they made us earlier was delicious.
I was honored to have had my face next to yours on a cake. Shout out Kandre's Bakery. Brunson with 17, Towns with 14, and the Knicks have a 16-point lead in a very important Game 5 of this opening round series. With the score, in games anyway, all tied at 2 in this opening round against Atlanta. Pat O'Keefe has your Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSD Radio Network continues after this timeout.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations: East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
Hoops fans, let's clear the glass. Citywide window cleaning. 3rd generation, 50-plus years serving Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Hoboken, and Jersey City. Commercial or residential, we go full court with private home cleanings, empty apartment turnarounds, and monthly amenity spaces. Property managers, resident managers, private tenants, book annual or bi-yearly cleanings. We treat your windows like our own. No job too big or small. Get a quote at cwwindow.com. Citywide, see the city like it's courtside.
The NBA moves fast, and the stars move faster. With DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, you're never a step behind. DraftKings keeps pace with every play, offering industry-leading live betting, dynamic odds that shift as the game unfolds, and more open markets more often. They're live when others aren't, so you're always in the game when it matters most. Get in on the action with live player props as the most exciting performances unfold in real time. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problems gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply.
This is the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. Now, here's Pat O'Keefe.
And the Knicks are looking to regain control in this best-of-7 first-round series. They're halfway there tonight as they have a 64-48 lead over the Atlanta Hawks here in game number 5. Welcome to the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. Knicks in the first half led by 17 points, courtesy of Jalen Brunson, and another all-around performance for Karl-Anthony Towns so far with 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. They have led by as many as 22 points, and the halftime lead is 16. Pat O'Keefe with you at the Garden, joined by my MSG colleague, Alan Hahn. All right, we spoke earlier on your show, Alan, this afternoon about how the Knicks wanted to carry their momentum from Game 4 into tonight. They really seemed to do that. What were they able to do to get off to such a hot start?
I really like the energy that they played with because they sped up the game a little bit. You can see that obviously you saw the adjustment almost immediately, obviously, that the Hawks were going to do something to try to change up their coverage against having Towns at the top of the offense and those side screens that were getting OG Anunoby open. They were now in scramble mode. So the Knicks have so many options off of it. I think, but I like the pace that they played it at. It wasn't a hesitation. They were moving quickly. And anytime they got a rebound in that late first quarter, early second quarter, you saw rebound go. There was no walking it up. And I think that's also important. So they really took it to them. And most importantly, the theme in this series has continued so far. And that is the Atlanta Hawks are struggling from downtown. 6 of 20 right now in this game. Remember, they were 10 for 41 in Game 4.
Knicks fans, the action doesn't stop when the buzzer sounds. Catch ESPN New York on YouTube for all the New York sports talk you love. Weekdays from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Subscribe now and stay locked in. ESPN New York on YouTube. Knicks lead the Hawks in Game 5, 64-48. It is time now for the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon.
Towns right wing, defended by Bradley. This should be barbecue chicken. Towns between the legs dribble. Okay, we're on the same wavelength. He'll drive baseline underneath the hoop. Double team finds Clarkson right block. Floater misses off the front rim. Rebound Towns. Put back is good and one. Kispert fouled him, and Towns has a chance at his second three-point play. Knicks by 12, 10:48 to go in the second quarter.
And Karl-Anthony Towns picking up where he left off in Game 4, and that's what everybody was looking for, is what Karl Towns were you going to get in this game? Could he carry that over? Did he pack that game and bring it back to New York with him? He certainly has. 5 of 6. When he's had one-on-ones against bigs, he's taken it hard to the basket. When he's had smalls on him, he's posted up, which we've seen as well. And the passing certainly there. 8 rebounds, 4 assists as well to go along with the 14 points and a nice tidy plus 10 in his 21 minutes.
That means we should be on triple-double watch for a second straight game for Karl-Anthony Towns, and that was the top shelf performance of the game, brought to you by Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer and never watered down. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly. Here at the Garden on the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter, a 16-point lead for the Knicks. What did you think, Alan, of Jalen Brunson's first half? It looked like he came out trying to play that role of facilitator, and you look up at halftime, he's the leading scorer, and this is the most efficient he has been since the first quarter of Game 1.
8 of 13. He's getting it done in the painted area, too, which he had struggled with in this series so far. What you're seeing, though, is they're having a hard time being able to trap and double him because of the fact that you have Towns out there with some gravity right now, and that's good. Brunson is scoring where he needs to score, not forcing it, which we're also noticing that as well. He has dribbled back a couple of times when he doesn't like his matchup, and he's moved it to the other side to let Towns cook.
Stream Knicks pre- and post-game coverage during the playoffs, plus hours of on-demand content anywhere you go. Download the Gotham Sports app. It's free with your MSG TV subscription. Sign in and start streaming today. Now, with about 3 minutes left, the Knicks had a 59-37 lead. Quinn Snyder called timeout. This place was rocking. Over the final 3 minutes, the Knicks let up a bit. They let the Hawks cut the lead from 22 to 16. Any concern about the way the Knicks closed the first half?
Of course, because that has been the MO for this team. We saw it at the end of Game 2 where they had a comfortable lead. It looked like they were going to be able to just take this thing home, and they let up just a little bit. Their intensity dipped. Their offensive execution wasn't what it needed to be. I felt like it wasn't the defensive end the intensity was lacking. What the Hawks did to adjust to the trapping that they're doing to protect Brunson on the defensive end, they found a counter to it, so now you got to adjust to that. It was the offense. Pat, I felt like it lost its tempo and pace and aggression, and they were settling for some shots. So we'll see. You've got to come out of this quarter, obviously, to come out of the half, knowing the Hawks are going to try to make this a game again. You have to come out and make sure that you provide the energy first to keep this lead.
Watching these last two games, it's amazing how much you feel the impact of Jose Alvarado when he's not out there that long. In this case, only 6 minutes in the first half.
Yeah, but again, what did he give you? Those 7 points. He had a couple of matchups that he liked for himself, which included when Corey Kispert had him on the perimeter. Normally he was going to try to reverse the ball, and he says, no. I'm quicker than this dude. I'm going to get right by him. And he did to get a nice layup. He's looking to score if they're leaving him open, and that's what you have to do. You have to stay aggressive. So, yes, his minutes have been impactful, even though they've been limited.
Are you coming up on the post-game show on MSG with Bill and Monica and Wally? Enjoy that. Thanks, Alan.
You got it.
Alan Hahn here at the Garden as the Knicks have a 64-48 halftime lead. And this Thursday, tune into MSG to get Knicks pregame coverage for Game 6 against the Hawks. Could it be a potential closeout game for the Knicks? After the game on Thursday, tune back in after the game for all things post-game on MSG or stream on the Gotham Sports app. So the Knicks at the half lead 64-48 over the Atlanta Hawks. Jalen Brunson, 17 points and 4 assists. Karl Anthony Towns, 14 points, 8 rebounds and 4 assists. The Knicks doing a terrific job defensively, holding Atlanta to 43% shooting and 30% from downtown. C.J. McCollum, who has been the Hawks' main guy and leading scorer in this series, just 4 first-half points as he has missed 4 of his 6 field goal attempts. One score check, they just went final in Boston, and the 76ers keep their season alive. They beat the Celtics 113-97, so now that series shifts back to Philadelphia for game number 6, and that will be on Thursday night, just like the Knicks and the Hawks game number 6, and the Knicks will look to take a 3-2 lead into that one. That was the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. When you're hiring, never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter. Try ZipRecruiter free right now at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. Second half coming up with Tyler and Monica, and I'll be back with you on the post-game show. Again, your halftime score of Game 5, the Knicks 64 and the Hawks 48. I'm Pat O'Keefe, and you're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This has been the ZipRecruiter New York Knicks halftime show. The second half is coming right up.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments. From engagements and anniversaries to milestones big and small, we've helped mark the moments that matter most. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any of our 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
More people trust their hearts to New York Presbyterian than any other hospital in New York. It's because New York Presbyterian has the most experienced cardiovascular doctors, treating a full range of heart conditions, from heart failure to valve repair, with the most advanced treatments. Find a doctor at nyp.org/heart. New York Presbyterian. New York Presbyterian Hospital, based on U.S. News & World Report 2025 to 2026 cardiology, heart, and vascular surgery rankings.
Getting ready for the second half at Madison Square Garden. Series tied 2 games apiece. The Knicks have a 64-48 lead. And if they truly have hopes of making it to the second round and beyond, they can give a big thank you to the city of brotherly love. Yes, Knicks fans, you have to say thank you, Philadelphia, because they just extended their series with the Boston Celtics. Of course, it's the time of year where you focus one game at a time. You don't want to say, oh, we'd prefer this opponent, that opponent, but simply on the rest advantage alone, had the Celtics won tonight, they would be off until whenever the Knicks could close out this series. So Celtics could not clinch. They will play Game 6 with a apparently rejuvenated Joel Embiid, who scored 33 points in this game, even though he went 0 for 5 from three-point land. So who knows what's going to happen on that side of the bracket. Meanwhile, the Knicks have a 64-48 lead. They are hoping for a 3-2 series lead, which is what the Celtics are disappointed to have right now against Philadelphia. Monica, we saw the Knicks at a 22-point lead late in the second quarter, but pretty impressive response from Atlanta to get right back in this thing. They have to feel like a live underdog right now, only down by 16.
Well, they should feel that way just based on what we've seen throughout this series so far. Both teams have been down and managed to close significant gaps. I also think that statistically, the Hawks have not shot the three well in the second half. But here, at least that's in the last two games in Atlanta. Here in New York, could it be a reverse of fortune and they find their way to improve their dismal 30% from the three-point line in the second half? They're getting the looks, right? So we'll see if they begin to fall. But on part of the Knicks, I really love the aggressiveness. I love the way Karl-Anthony Towns is playing, the efficiency from Jalen Brunson. They have done a good job of making the Hawks pay for mostly remaining one-on-one as far as their defensive schematics.
The Hawks will get the ball first, working from right to left. They are in white tonight. Knicks in their black Statement Edition uniforms. It says New York across the front in bright orange. So Atlanta ball attacking the basket to our left, down by 16. McCollum on the right wing, double teamed by Brunson, and Hart gets rid of it to Okongwu left wing. Inside Daniels finds Johnson right wing. He'll put a three in the air. It's in and out. Rebound by Towns. And his number 9, he's got 14 points and 4 assists as well. Brunson, left side drive, bump by McCollum, and McCollum wrapped him up in a bear hug to prevent him from going up with the shot. And they're going to say it was not on the shot in the first place. So a side out for the Knicks instead of what I think usually would be 2 free throws for Jalen Brunson. And that is interesting. Well, Courtney Kirkland's call does not go the Knicks' way. Brunson is 1 of 2 from the line tonight. Has hardly needed free throws for his game-high 17 points. Mikal Bridges, of course, starting this second half. He only played 19 minutes, but started both halves on Saturday in Game 4. Inbound pass from Brunson was kicked by Alexander Walker. Brunson signaling for his team to get into that inbound action more quickly. From the far sideline, he's handed the ball. They do start the action more quickly and find it open. Towns on the left wing, defended by Daniels. That's been his assignment tonight. Usually it's been Brunson. Bridges top of the key, hands to the right wing for Anunoby. Picked up by McCollum, wants to break him down one-on-one to the foul line. 2 steps toward the cup and a left-hand layup rolls off. Rebound tipped by Hart and it comes loose toward McCollum. Anunoby everything but the finish with his weak hand. Daniels looking around on the right elbow, picked up his dribble in a little bit of trouble, got rid of it to Alexander Walker. And now back near midcourt, Alexander Walker left side wing, finds Johnson right point. Screen on the left from Alexander Walker, pick and roll, he'll keep it himself. Left elbow double team, finds Alexander Walker up top. He misses a 3 wide right, and Towns gets his 10th rebound, another double-double.
The threes are going to keep going up for the Atlanta Hawks.
And for the Knicks as Jalen Brunson walks into a left wing triple, and the Knicks have a 67-48 lead.
It's just so good to see him back to an efficient line.
Okongwu able to answer, top of the key, wide open as Daniels was double teamed on the left side block. So just like that, back to a 16-point game. Again, the Knicks led by as many as 22 late in the second quarter. Towns on that left wing, he was so effective from there on Saturday. As it's back to Daniels. Backdoor cut to Anunoby, catches underneath, hesitates. Okongwu jumped up to try to block the shot and landed on Anunoby's back. And OG could not get a shot up, so once again, the Knicks will not be granted the upward motion. No free throws. Instead, an inbound from the far sideline, foul line extended. 2 tough breaks for the Knicks.
I understand OG Anunoby feels that confidence, but you got to get that shot up to get those free throw attempts going.
Brunson Finds Towns, far side, mid-range, near the baseline. Double team, couple of ball fakes. Finds Bridges up top, passes right for Hart. Near corner, Anunoby. Wide open three. It's good. OG Anunoby's first three-pointer. He's got 10 and is back to a 19-point lead.
He continues to shoot the ball well this postseason.
Over 50% from three in this first-round series. McCollum gets it to Johnson up top. Daniels to the foul line. He'll take a floater from the dotted line, and that one drops through. They're essentially leaving Dyson Daniels wide open until he gets about 10 feet from the basket. That time, an 11-footer makes it a 17-point game.
It's a familiar strategy, something that a couple years ago Josh Hart also saw. He's figured that out a little bit more, obviously shooting that three ball with more confidence and at a higher percentage this year.
Towns left point, finds Bridges right corner. His three-pointer in and out, halfway down for Mikal Bridges. He's got 2 points. That was his first three-point try. Daniels right elbow. Hand off to Alexander Walker. They go pick and roll, dribble handoff, forced a pass inside, tipped by Brunson, came back to Alexander Walker. Then he got fouled by Towns and banked in a wild left-hand shot. 3-point play opportunity for Alexander Walker, and it's a 15-point game with a free throw on the way. That's a tough break for Towns. He was just reaching for the loose ball, but before he could get there, Alexander Walker had it, and before he knew it, he was going up with a shot.
Well, one thing, and these are small things, I understand not wanting to pick up a foul there, but it was a foul, and so I just want to see the Knicks continue to remain focused, whether the whistle continues to be sort of favorable to them or not in the second half, because we know when they get caught up in officiating, that also is usually not a positive.
They catch another break, though, with another Alexander Walker miss. That was his first foul shot, but it did not drop. Knicks ball up 15. Towns far side, mid-range, double-teamed toward the far corner. Skips a pass to the right corner for Bridges. A long pass from him to Hart on the left wing, and he misses a three short. Rebound tipped by Bridges. It comes to Hart. He's got Brunson wide open right wing. Feeds the right corner. Anunoby misses a three short. No, he doesn't. Off the front rim and in. High in the air and down through the net. The suspense building here on ESPN New York. 73-55. Alexander Walker stripped on a left elbow pull-up. Towns passed it right off the hand of Alexander Walker, and he'll take it right to the rim for a two-hand jam. Towns over-eager to get out in transition after making the steal. It's a 16-point game now.
Alexander Walker has really just not been able to put it together offensively in this series. Quinn Snyder continues to praise him for what he does defensively. He's got 10 points tonight on 4 of 8 shooting, but he's had a number of turnovers in this one. Just one in the box score, but it feels like he's been a part of more.
Knicks ball from left to right. 4 minutes gone by in the second half. Brunson right wing three off the dribble. Very short rebound to Kongwu. Brunson is 1 for 3 from downtown. Johnson on the right side perimeter. Into the far corner for Daniels. Baseline drive on Towns, but he has to cross over back toward the mid-range. Hands to Johnson. He back rims a mid-range jumper from the far side baseline. And the rebound comes to the Knicks, and Hart across midcourt from left to right. Towns up top. Low goes 3 in the air. Missed it off to the left side rim, but Towns is also 1 of 3 from downtown.
Towns is also already at double-double. He's got 5 assists. We'll see if he can close that gap.
Towns was frustrated with some no calls last time off the ball against Dyson Daniels. McCollum left corner is 3, front rim, and then off the top of the backboard, hit the shot clock out of bounds. The way McCollum's been hitting big momentum swinging shots in the series, that one felt like it was going to drop. He was left open, and Mike Brown didn't like it. He'll call the timeout with 7:30 to go in the third quarter. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. It was a 16-point lead at the half. The Knicks got it up to a 19-point advantage a couple of times, but we are right back to where we started at the beginning of the third quarter. Knicks by 16, 73-57 New York, with 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Attention Knicks fans, looking for infusion care that puts you first? ThriveWell Infusion specializes in delivering cutting-edge therapies for rare diseases and autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis and multiple sclerosis. Trusted by physicians across specialties, ThriveWell offers private state-of-the-art infusion suites and slam-dunk treatment from their highly trained medical team. From New York to New Jersey and across Long Island, experience care, comfort, convenience, and compassion like never before at a ThriveWell location near you. Find out more at ThriveWellInfusion.com. That's ThriveWellInfusion.com. Saving lives drip by drip.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level. And the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
For over 160 years, businesses from Montauk to Manhattan and beyond have trusted Dime Community Bank for all of their banking needs. Our cutting-edge digital tools let you manage your accounts, monitor cash flow, and make payments on your schedule. Whether you're at the office, on the road, or working late, you'll have secure access to everything you need right at your fingertips. Wherever your business takes you, we've got your bank. Ready to experience banking that moves at the speed of your business? Visit dime.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Knicks have a 73-57 lead on the Hawks with 7.5 to go in the third quarter of Game 5. The series tied 2 games apiece. Knicks were down 2-1, and they were one bad night away from being in Detroit Pistons territory, where the sky seems to be falling at Little Caesars Arena. Of course, they'll have a chance to save their season, and who knows, swing momentum back in their favor against the surprise story of the postseason, the Orlando Magic. Become an Amazon Hub partner and earn revenue for your business with your business. Learn more about Amazon Hub Delivery and get started at amazon.com/hub delivery. Monica, quick thoughts about the Eastern Conference landscape right now as the playoffs continue in earnest?
Impressed that the Sixers pulled it together, because that game 1, I was like, oh boy.
Yes, looked like a sweep on the way.
Yeah. Orlando and Detroit. Greeny said it this morning while we were doing Get Up. If you take the 1 and the 8 off of that one, that is a far more evenly contested series than I think 1 and 8 indicate. Magic might be poised to do something.
Mike Greenberg said that.
He said take the 1 and 8 part off.
Gotcha. Knicks ball from left to right. Starting lineup still out there. Bridges gets a lane all the way to the bucket for a 2-hand slam. And a finger point over toward the Hawk bench. He was jawing at them, especially Dyson Daniels on Saturday. Bridges with a thunderous jam and an 18-point Knick lead.
Well, remember in Game 2, there's that still shot where he was stuck in that bench after he missed that mid-range.
A rare make from Alexander Walker, left side corner 3. So he's got 13 points. It's back to a 15-point game. If the Hawks catch any kind of rhythm from 3, look out. They're still just 8 of 25, even with that make. They're at 32%. Brunson at center court, finds Hart wide open left wing. He'll drive to the dotted line, finds Anunoby right wing. Couple of jab steps, closed out by Johnson. Can't get around him, 4 to shoot. Spins toward the elbow, step back, long 2-pointer. Good from Anunoby. He is playing as well as he's played in his Knick career in this series. It's a 17-point Knick lead.
I mean, he's shooting 4 of 7 from the field. Just the efficiency is crazy.
Brunson gambled on a steal as Johnson made a spin move on the left side wing. It did not work, and it led to a wide-open bounce pass to Dyson Daniels, who lays it home. He's got 14 points, Dyson Daniels. Johnson's got 14 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And then it's Alexander Walker with 13. Knicks ball up 15, halfway through the third here in Game 5. Brunson right wing off the screen, catches, matched up with Daniels. Screen on the right from Anunoby. Brunson will use it, pick and pop. Baseline drive on Alexander Walker. Under the hoop, keeps his dribble to the far side now. Pull-up jumper is good as Towns was tied up underneath with Okongwu and Alexander Walker to make the space.
I like it's not technically a screen, but that looked like a screen assist by Karl-Anthony Towns to help Jalen Brunson have some breathing room.
Daniels inside, missed a bunny over Towns, almost got his own rebound, but stepped on the left baseline. So Daniels, who's been so efficient in this game, 6 of 8, because the Knicks have dared him to shoot and score from inside. That's a rare miss from 2-point range. Knicks will take over up 17 with 5:38 to go in the third.
So the Knicks are sending a double team to that ball handler, and Dyson Daniels continues to be the release valve, which is why he's getting those looks in the paint.
79-62. Knicks in front, and they will substitute Deuce McBride and Jordan Clarkson into the game for their wing-stop duo of Bridges and Anunoby. Gabe Vincent checks in for Atlanta. He's in for C.J. McCollum. The other 4 starters stay out there. Has not been McCollum's night so far. 2 of 7, just 4 points for a guy who was the best player in the series for the first 3 games. Towns right wing, hands to Brunson, near angle. Crossover on Daniels, inside out move, backing him down near side, mid-range, fadeaway turnaround from the baseline is off the front rim. Rebound available at the free throw line, but Vincent stepped in front of Towns to get there first. Daniels foul line surrounded by Towns and Hart. They'll find a Kongwu left side. Arcing passes just to his right for Gabe Vincent. Defended by Towns. That means that Kongwu's posting up Brunson. Double team. Kick out. Far corner 3. Alexander Walker is good. And he's found a bit of a groove here. He's made his last 2 3-pointers. And Alexander Walker's made it a 14-point game.
I understand Jalen Brunson is having one of his more efficient games, but I think the ball needs to move a little bit more around the Knicks perimeter to shift this Hawks defense.
Tough sequence for Brunson. Bad one-on-one miss. Counts behind the back to a cutting McBride. He got caught under the hoop, though, and threw it off the bottom of the rim. Stolen by Johnson. Alexander Walker tried to split a double team. He almost did, but apparently he got fouled. Ball was poked free. Came back to Alexander Walker, and he was a little bit off balance, but then they blew the whistle, and the play comes to a stop. They're going to call the foul.
I don't love the way the Knicks, I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't love the way the Knicks have come out of this timeout on the defensive side of the basketball. Yes, you enjoyed the offense in the first half, and the offense for the most part is still present here in this third quarter. But it was the energy, I thought, on the defensive side of the basketball that was galvanizing, maybe isn't the right word, but was equally as important to what was happening offensively.
Josh Hart comes out of the game, and he's going down the tunnel. Not sure what happened there, but Anunoby back into the game. Johnson, left elbow, caught in the air, got rid of it to Tony Bradley, left side baseline. Now Kuminga near corner. He'll drive on Robinson, but then sealed off by Clarkson. 3 to shoot for Johnson, left corner 3, off balance and off the side of the backboard. Anunoby gets the rebound. Knicks are only a -2.5 so far, up by 14. McBride, far corner step back, but good defense from Gabe Vincent. Now McBride's in trouble, finds Clarkson on the left elbow with 12 to shoot, 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Clarkson on the right side, backs up toward the sideline, hash mark. Screen on the right from Robinson, pick and roll, baseline drive Clarkson. Bradley on him, will rise for a strong layup and got fouled by Bradley. And for the first time all quarter, the Knicks will get the upward motion, and 2 free throws coming for Clarkson. Third foul on Atlanta. It's 79-65 New York with 3:51 to go in the third.
The parade to the paint, as I call it, has to continue in terms of the Knicks putting pressure on this Hawks defense as far as paint scoring is concerned. At the half, the Knicks were plus 18 in that category. They're only plus 14 now, so not a significant drop, but the Hawks are finding their way into the paint as well.
Clarkson connects on the first free throw, 15-point lead. And to that point, Monica, it is an eye-poppingly small number in the three-pointers attempted column for the Knicks.
Yeah.
They wanted to average 40 during the regular season. They got to about 38, 12th in the league. They have only taken 15 three-point shots tonight, but they made 6 of them, 40%. Clarkson, both free throws good, 16-point Knick lead.
You obviously will take the percentage, but I'm with you. You'd like to see a few more have gone up.
Alley-oop try for Kuminga. Pass was too high from Johnson off his right hand, but a whistle and a foul called against Clarkson. I actually was not suggesting, Monica, that the Knicks should take more.
Oh, I am. Let them fly, baby.
Well, that's what Mike Brown says, so I think the strategy holds up. The Celtics and Sixers game was interesting, though. Joel Embiid apparently stopped taking three-pointers down the stretch, and in the end, he couldn't miss. He was 11 for 15 to close that game. 3:40 to go here in the third quarter in New York, and the inbound was tipped by Anunoby and stolen by McBride from the far sideline. Pass from Johnson. McBride right wing, alley-oop. Robinson the throw down. Two-hand slam and a timeout from Quinn Snyder. 83-65 New York with 3:31 remaining in the third.
When the Hawks solve one problem, the Knicks seem to make the adjustment and find another way to combat it. While Mitchell Robinson only has 5 points in that one, that was certainly the most energizing basket of this third quarter thus far, and it happens to be, yet again, another opportunity to score in the paint where the Knicks now have 46 paint points total.
First assist for McBride is a loud one. It's an 18-point Knicks lead. Before we take the timeout, let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
This is ESPN New York, WHSQ, WCBS-FM HD2, and WEPN New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The Knicks were up by 16 at the half. They have added to their lead since then, an 18-point advantage. 3:31 remaining in the third quarter. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Time to bench those other hiring sites and let ZipRecruiter help you build a winning team. With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire, you get to hire the right fit for any role fast. That's because ZipRecruiter's smart matching technology starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post to help you save time in scouting first-rate talent. With ZipRecruiter's advanced resume database, you can instantly unlock contact info from a roster of top candidates. That's why over 4.8 million businesses have trusted ZipRecruiter to hire. And check this out. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game, based on G2. So, if you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. That's ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN. ZipRecruiter.com/ESPN.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Knicks fans, here's a guaranteed grocery win just for you. Take $10 off your online order of $50 or more at shop.foodbazaar.com. Just use promo code FANSGET10. That's FANSGET10. And the wins don't stop there. Food Bazaar brings you an all-star lineup, the largest selection of international foods, plus the freshest meat, seafood, and produce in the game. Ready to win big? Use promo code FANSGET10 on your first $50 order at shop.foodbazaar.com today.
We got a Timothy Chalamet sighting here at Madison Square Garden. Lisan Al-Gaib on hand for an 83-65 New York lead. 3:31 to go in the third quarter. The Knicks shooting 6 of 15 from three-point land. That is a small number of takes and makes, but the Hawks are 9 of 27, just 33%. The season low in three-point attempts for the Knicks is 20, so they'll probably take 6 by the end of the game. But it's an interesting, I don't want to call it adjustment, but a caveat in this game, which they lead by 18. With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The Knicks will have McBride, Alvarado, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Robinson on the floor. McCollum back into the game for Atlanta with Vincent, Kuminga, Johnson, and Bradley, who gets the ball at the right side elbow. He'll take 2 dribbles toward the lane and got fouled by Robinson. So Tony Bradley, who, as people put it crassly, was signed off the street just a week before the end of the season after being waived by the Pacers, he will get his first 2 free throws of the postseason. He, of course, was an Eastern Conference champion with Indiana last year. Miles Turner, who is now with the Bucks, was having some trouble guarding Karl Anthony Towns. So Tony Bradley saddled with the assignment from time to time. It went okay. He misses the first free throw here at the basket to our left. That's over by 8th Avenue here in Manhattan. 83-65, Knicks lead the Hawks. 3:17 to go before the fourth quarter begins. Bradley bends his knees, takes the shot, and missed it too strong. And a one-hand rebound, Robinson. He fell down as he handed the ball to Anunoby. Across midcourt, McBride. Knicks ball from left to right. They're in black and orange tonight. Hawks in white and red with a gold trim. Right point, McBride. Out of the right elbow, spinning around on McCollum. Foul line, pull-up jumper around and out off the front rim. Rebound swatted loose toward the right baseline. I think it went off the Hawks last, but the call does not agree. Clarkson and Alvarado were asking for a challenge, but time and place, the Knicks maybe want to hang on for later in the game with 2:58 to go in the third and an 18-point lead. Now hang on here.
What's happening?
Mike Brown came off the bench. I think he tried to challenge, and then Courtney Kirkland, the official, waved it off. And then he said, no need to challenge. It's actually Knicks basketball. I made the call wrong. I wonder if he heard something from Secaucus. Is that an expedited review?
Ooh, that's a great thought.
They do have earpieces now.
That's a great thought and a productive way to use their cute little earrings.
Fashion expert Monica McNutt. 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Knicks ball, so they do not have to burn a challenge. Neither team has used one so far tonight. 18-point Knick lead here in Game 5. The winner will take a 3-2 series lead to Atlanta for Game 6 on Thursday. Alvarado top of the key, 6 to shoot, backs up to midcourt, pick and slip with Robinson. Alvarado kicked it. He was guarded by Vincent, lost control, and it comes to Bradley. Now it's McCollum into the front court, left side. Near elbow, he was breaking down Robinson. Double team comes from McBride. He'll kick it to the far corner. Kuminga swirls out a three in front of the Knick bench, and it comes loose to McBride.
So, honestly, both teams are doing the same thing in terms of making the defense pay for the decision to send a double team.
It's a good cross-court passing we've seen. Especially from Karl Anthony Towns and company in orange and blue. Alvarado left wing three, too strong off the dribble. That's a shot the Hawks are okay with, even though Alvarado's knocked down a couple in the last two games. McCollum crossover left side baseline around Robinson. Lost it, got it back, and then tied up by Clarkson. If he hadn't lost it, Monica's right, that would have been a walk, but it'll be a jump ball at the foul line to our left. Offenses have gone a little cold here. 2:04 to go in the third quarter. We have not seen a basket in 90 seconds, but still an 18-point Knick lead. And perhaps sensing that, Mike Brown will get one of his All-NBA players onto the court, Karl Anthony Towns. So that was, I believe, the first time we've seen an extended run with no Brunson and no Towns. It wasn't great, but it wasn't catastrophic either. 2:04 to go in the third. Knicks still have the 18-point advantage. It's Alvarado on the jump ball, and as it went up, it looked like Alvarado grabbed McCollum. Is he getting a call for a foul here? Josh Tibbett and Justin Van Dyne are talking about it. Alvarado said, no, McCollum grabbed me. Are they going to go look at this? Loose ball foul on Jose Alvarado is the call. Okay, so Atlanta ball. And I believe that is the 15th foul on the Knicks. And yes, Alvarado was trying to swat the ball, but he is a couple of inches shorter than McCollum, so he got him on the forearm instead. A bit of a soft call, but by the book. I suppose you could call that a loose ball foul. I think it makes more sense if he's going up for a shot, not trying to get a jump ball, as McCollum rattles out the free throw. I can't believe this, Monica. He is 11 of 21 from the free throw line.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to track for the type of series he's had, particularly in the early games.
I mean, he's hitting off the dribble 15-footers at every inch of the court, but when the game stops, he can't hit a thing. He missed again. McCollum's 0 for 2 from the line tonight.
Free throws are pressure, baby, and pressure makes diamonds, or pressure bursts pipes.
11 of 22 from the stripe for their most experienced playoff performer, C.J. McCollum. Can the Knicks make him pay? Right wing Towns, marked by Bradley, takes him to the foul line, all the way to the rim, got fouled hard, and Towns threw it up just to get the shot attempt. And 2 free throws on the way. He can make this a 20-point lead with 1:44 to go in the third. Man, C.J. McCollum, we saw at the end of game 1, he petered off a little bit. He ran out of gas in the second half. Is it maybe happening in the second half of the series? He is 2 for 8 tonight, 4 points. And a guy who rightfully struck fear into the hearts of Knicks fans for the first 3 games in the series, he's been an absolute non-factor in a crucial Game 5.
Well, I think C.J. McCollum is an easy player to zoom in on, but ultimately, and not just because we are based in New York during our broadcast, I think most people pick the Knicks to get out of this series, and there is some real truth to that in terms of them being the more talented team, and maybe that's starting to show up as of late. Now, I am couching this conversation because there's still a whole lot of basketball left to play, but I think the Knicks have done some different things in terms of guarding C.J. McCollum. Things have not come as easy. It's required more energy, and maybe that's part of what we're seeing.
Josh Hart has played a big role in slowing him down. Earlier in the quarter, Hart went back toward the locker room. Looking on the bench, I'm not sure if we've seen him return. Towns got both free throws. Knicks by 20. 97 seconds to go in the third quarter. Okongwu on the right side. Arc hands to McCollum. McBride on his hip. He'll pass out of a double team. Kuminga far side corner. He buries a three in front of that Knick bench. 17-point game. The Hawks refuse to go quietly. 1:18 remaining in the third. Alvarado on the right side wing. Can't get around McCollum. Now he hesitates and does get a step on him to the right side. And at the rim, he banked off a shot, but he's fouled by McCollum.
I thought that was going to be a good old and one. C.J. McCollum using all of the glass, or excuse me, Jose Alvarado versus C.J. McCollum using all of the glass.
Third foul on C.J. McCollum. Again, the Sixers beat the Celtics earlier. According to Tim Bontemps, the Celtics ended the game with 16 consecutive missed field goals. Alvarado gets the first free throw. 86-68. Trying to find an update on Josh Hart. I don't believe anything's been shared from Knicks PR. And Ray Santiago, our producer, confirms that. Meanwhile, Alvarado gets 2 free throws. He's got 9 points in the game. 6 points and 3 steals in game 4 in just 15 minutes. 9 points in 8 minutes tonight for Alvarado. Final minute, third quarter, Knicks by 19. McCollum to the foul line, 2 steps toward the restricted area. Missed a right-hand runner over McBride. Rebound Towns, midcourt outlet to Clarkson. He's met by Kispert just inside the dotted line and couldn't hit a fadeaway jumper. And fell off the front rim. 42 seconds to go in the third. Okongwu up top. Dribbles left, hop step around Anunoby. Right-hand leaner is good in the middle of the paint. And with 38 seconds to go in the third, it's a 17-point game. Knicks led by 16 at halftime. McBride up top. Off the dribble 3. Blocked from behind by McCollum. McBride got it back. Clarkson right side baseline drive. Alvarado's wide open left wing. His three-pointer is good. Jose Alvarado. He's got 12 points. Second three-pointer, and the Knicks are back up by 20.
Just taking advantage of the opportunity that's presented to him, and being steady is Jose Alvarado. Not necessarily making home run plays, although that shot is a big one, but just steady.
Josh Hart has returned from the locker room, and Kuminga draws a reach-in foul on Anunoby toward that far sideline, really before he started his drive, and that will send Kuminga to the free throw line. Can he break a slump of 5 consecutive missed free throws from Atlanta?
Wow, I didn't realize they had done that.
That's why we brought Stephen Rayer along, our
Shout out
statistician.
to Rayer.
His normal job is the graphics producer for MSG Television, or as Monica calls it, linear.
Why do you call that out?
Because it's strange.
I'm just curious. You didn't grow up in J school, linear television?
It's a journalism school thing.
It's a very J school thing.
It's not a common.
Whatever. I went to J school. Doesn't mean I got degrees.
Now J school, that stands for journalism. Okay, good to know. At both Georgetown and Maryland, 2 phenomenal institutions. 90-71 the score, and a big cheer for Jose Alvarado, as Kuminga did indeed break that free throw missed slump. So it's a 19-point game. They're chanting Jose in the cadence of a soccer match. Get your train tickets now for the World Cup. Second free throw is good for Kuminga. 90-72. Knicks lead the Hawks. Final 9 seconds, third quarter. Brunson is in. He'll bring the inbound across midcourt with 5. Far side baseline with 4. Hop step in the lane with 3. Out to Anunoby for a right wing 3. He made it, but it does not count because somebody ran over Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now that could have been an early dagger, but instead of a 21-point lead, it stays at 18 with 1.2 to go in the third.
I need to see this replay back.
It was Clarkson as a midcourt heave from Alexander Walker bangs off the back rim. That is interesting.
That's annoying.
But the Knicks add to their halftime lead from 16. It's now up to 18, 90-72. At this point, the last time we were at MSG for Game 2, they led by 12. They could not hold it, but up by 18 now, Monica.
Everything leading up to Game 5, I think, has been an opportunity for the Knicks to learn. So far, to me, this performance confirms that they've taken all of those lessons to heart, and they played with urgency on both sides of the basketball. But LT, you're absolutely right. This fourth quarter provides the truest and most important test of tonight's contest. Will they be able to stay out in front, continue to play deliberate basketball, capitalizing on their strengths and minimizing their weaknesses, and of course staying connected on the defensive side of the floor?
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks 90, Hawks 72. The winner will take a 3-2 series lead to Game 6 in Atlanta on Thursday night. Will the Knicks have a chance to close things out, or will the Hawks mount another comeback? We'll find out next. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month. And unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
Bigger facilities, faster lines, and more preservatives? While the world automated, Kandre stayed at the counter. At Kandre's Bakery, they stick to the basics. Real people, real ingredients, and real messy counters. Kandre's bread is all natural with 0 preservatives, just 4 simple ingredients doing their thing, which means it might not last as long as the others, but that's kind of the point. Flavor like theirs doesn't come from a factory. Kandre's Bakery, still made by hands, not robots, since 1962.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Fourth quarter about to begin. The Knicks have a 90-72 lead over Atlanta, similar to what we saw in Game 4 on Saturday. The Knicks established an early lead, and they have not let the Hawks get back to single digits since the second quarter. Right now, they're up by 18, outscoring the Hawks by 2 in the third, and that's all they need to do to hang on to what can be a comfortable lead, but we'll see if it is. Atlanta, of course, came back from 12 points down at this point in Game 2. Series tied at 2. Game 5, fourth quarter underway. Knicks ball from left to right. Bridges back into the game, so he'll play more minutes tonight than he did all of Saturday. Brunson, Clarkson, Anunoby, Robinson. 5 to shoot for Clarkson. He'll take Kispert to the rim on the right side. Missed a bank shot with the right hand. And it is McCollum the other way. Hawks from right to left. Kispert left wing. He gets loose for a 3. Missed it short. He was open as Clarkson was a little tardy to get back into the play after missing that shot and falling down. Brunson and Robinson right wing pick and roll. Brunson sprints to the cup and banks it in right-handed. A clean layup for a 20-point lead.
The Knicks continue to press the issue of paint scoring, and you love to see it. 46 paint points so far in this one.
Alley-oop, Okongwu catches and slams over Clarkson. Nice feed from Alexander Walker. That's just his second assist. And it's back to an 18-point game. 11:01 left. Brunson taking his time across midcourt, marked by Alexander Walker. He's got a game-high 24 points. Handed the ball from Robinson left side. They go alley-oop. Robinson off balance, rises high and throws it down two-handed for a 20-point lead.
Second alley-oop play of this second half for Mitchell Robinson. No issues converting there.
Kuminga felt the reach in from Brunson on a far baseline post-up, so he turns around, throws a jumper at the rim, and missed it, but a foul called on Brunson. So Kuminga will get 2 free throws. Knicks up 20, 10:36 to go. And Robinson on that alley-oop, he was almost fading away from the basket and had to realign his body in midair.
This is a more in line with what I think is a better Robinson performance. Now, in the rebounding category tonight, he's only got 5 rebounds over tonight, but I think the 7 points as well. It's a little bit more energetic, connected on the defensive side of the basketball, moving well in this one.
It'd be nice to see him out there for 15 minutes, which is what he played in Game 4, but the previous 2 games, just 11 minutes. Right now, he's at exactly 11. Free throw's good for Kuminga. Knicks ball up 18. Offensive foul. It's going back to Atlanta.
I think this is on Mitchell Robinson, speaking of.
Like a miscalculated pick and roll on the left side with Brunson.
It's the extra arm, extra lean over, right? And this is why the offensive player with the ball handler, I should say, not offensive player, the ball handler has to set up that screen. Let your screeners get set. You come down and then back off to force your defender into the screen.
Okongwu on the left side, pump fake to 3, drives baseline, almost lost his balance on an awkward-looking Euro step, but it leads to a reach-in by Bridges, and on the missed layup, Okongwu will get 2 free throws. 10:13 to go. It's 94-76 New York. Let's get you the out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. The big news relative to the Knicks is the Sixers extending their series with the Celtics. And who knows, could they force a Game 7 back in Boston? They will play Game 6 on Thursday, as will the Knicks. Still waiting to see exactly what time those games will be. You've also got San Antonio with a 41-26 lead on the Portland Trail Blazers, as the Spurs seem to be on their way to round 2. Victor Wembanyama back and ready to go after missing a game with a concussion. Okongwu hit the first and hits the second. He's got 14 points. So now 5 different Hawks have anywhere between 13 and 16 points. No one's taken over, but they've all picked up the slack for C.J. McCollum, who's got just 4 points. 16-point game here, 94-78. 10 minutes to go. Brunson on the right side, watched by Alexander Walker. Pump fakes a 3 off his feet, Alexander Walker, and Brunson does what you're supposed to do. He takes the shot, creates the contact, and he'll get 3 free throws. Great news, Josh Hart is back into the game after missing pretty much the entire third quarter. Did not get an official update from the Knicks that we have seen. With 9:56 to go in the fourth quarter, this will be 3 free throws for Brunson.
I credit Jalen Brunson for going back to the pump fake. I think it had been a while since we had seen a Hawk defender bite on that pump fake. And I'm not just talking about today's contest. They defended him so soundly in Atlanta, but he's definitely shaking them defenders a little free back here at the Garden.
He misses his second free throw in 3 attempts, though, and the Knicks are 19 of 25 from the line, although 3 of those misses have come from Mitchell Robinson. Brunson gets this one to roll through, so 25 points for Brunson, but just 2 of those points at the free throw line. He is 11 of 18 from the field and 10 of 15 from 2-point range. That was a part of his game that had not quite shown up, his mid-range excellence in the first 4 games of the series, but we've seen it tonight. He'll get 2 out of 3 from the line, 26 points and 6 assists for Brunson. And then Mitchell Robinson still talking after the ball is handed to Okongwu for the inbound.
Now, I'm all for a little trippiness, but remember, Mitchell Robinson started chirping. He was part of some of the conversation that activated C.J. McCollum. So timeliness is important on these things.
Well said. 18-point Knick lead, 9:40 to go. Okongwu catches underneath the hoop, double teamed by Brunson and Hart, and he powers through Brunson's reach in to bank home a left-hand layup. No foul called. You may have heard Okongwu asking for an and one. Instead, it's a 16-point lead with 9.5 to go. Center court screen for Robinson, frees up Brunson. He'll glide to the rim, and a right-hand layup was blocked from behind by Okongwu, but a foul call. He looked very upset he was called for the foul, and only now does he turn toward Quinn Snyder on the far sideline, who half-heartedly asked for a challenge. And Quinn is looking toward one of the officials, and no, he's just coaching up his team. No challenge.
I would not challenge that one, but part of this is set up by the outstanding screen for Mitchell Robinson back in the backcourt. I didn't want to say back twice. In the backcourt.
Well, Quinn Snyder is actually going to challenge the call, so perhaps a late update from the guy who's holding the tablet on that far right corner sideline. We have our first replay review of the game. Okongwu does not think he fouled Brunson. If he's right, We'll see who got imminent possession.
Atlanta's challenged the foul called on Okongwu.
It looked like the Hawks were going to get that loose ball rebound. So either 2 free throws for Brunson or Hawks ball down 16 when we come back. 9:23 to go in the fourth. This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. New York 96, Atlanta 80, with 9:23 remaining in Game 5 of the opening round series. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian delivers personalized spine care for every stage of your journey. From physical therapists to surgeons, our expert team works together to provide you with complete back and neck care, from diagnosis to treatment and recovery. With 15 locations across New York City and Westchester, get the expert spine care you need at Ox Spine at New York Presbyterian. Find a doctor at nyp.org/oxspine.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets, so go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Here's the call from Josh Tiven on a challenge. Atlanta does not think it was a foul on Okongwu on Brunson's layup that was blocked.
After review, Okongwu legally gets to the basketball, and there is no foul on the play. The call is being overturned to a no call. In the immediate aftermath of the play, the ball ends up in Jonathan Kuminga's hands. It'll be Atlanta ball, side out, with 24 on the shot clock. Successful challenge, however, they are charged a timeout as it is a mandatory. Atlanta has one further challenge if needed.
Josh Tiven addressing Jonathan Kuminga with his government, although his middle name is Malangu. 96-80, Knicks by 16, but perhaps a momentum swinger for the Hawks. They do get to keep their second challenge. Knicks haven't used one yet, but after an 18-point lead to begin this fourth quarter, it's now 16, and the Hawks have the ball.
I admire your professionalism.
Left wing three, Alexander Walker, front rim no, rebound Bridges. It is Brunson, Clarkson, Bridges, Hart, and Robinson. Robinson out high, passes left to Hart, defended by Johnson. Bridges comes open left corner, but they go back to Brunson at center court instead. Screen on the left from Hart, picked up by Johnson. It's Brunson on the right side, 4 to shoot, crossover, back to the left hand, to the right again, behind the back, foul line, pump fake, steps around, and a right-hand scoop shot, hits the back rim and drops through. That's vintage Jalen Brunson. He's got 28. And a 98-80 New York lead.
To go along with those points, though, he's also got 6 assists in this one, and this is probably his best game in terms of efficiency of the series so far.
It most certainly is. He was shooting 37% since the end of the first quarter in Game 1. He's 12 of 20 tonight. Johnson split a double team across the lane and jammed it on the left side basket on the previous possession, and the Knicks able to draw a foul on the other end. Johnson reaching in on a dribble handoff toward the top of the key, as Dyson Daniels checks back in. Knicks by 16, 8:22 remaining. And it was Johnson who was reaching from behind. He smacked Robinson on the right arm. So Johnson's third foul. Okongwu and McCollum have 3 as well. Tony Bradley has 4, but that's not much of a concern for either side. Bridges and Brunson both have 4 fouls, though. Brunson inbounding. He'll find a cutting Bridges left side. Kicks it right corner. Open three. Clarkson too strong. Grazing the back rim. But then Bridges disrupted the rebound try for Alexander Walker. He fumbled it out of bounds. Right baseline. Knicks will keep it up 16 with 8:17 to go. Little plays like that will not show up in the box score from Mikal Bridges. It is not going to be an eye-catching stat graphic for him at the end of the night, but he has helped this team through 23 minutes build this late lead. Brunson, pick and roll Robinson. He got a double team initially. Now it's just Daniels one-on-one. Brunson, right wing, leans in. Left-hand floater is good. He got around Daniels, and he draws a foul. It's the first 30-point night in the playoffs for Jalen Brunson, and the Knicks have a 100-82 lead.
Game 5 in the series is a moment that Jalen Brunson continues to show up in big ways. Tonight, he's figured out how to work around one of the better defenders in the league on him in terms of Dyson Daniels. He's navigated a number of challenges in this series, but at home, he has come on home with MVP-like production as the chance to rock.
It is the 22nd career 30-point playoff game for Jalen Brunson.
That.
Free throw is good, 101-82. Knicks with the lead, 8 minutes left. He's got 31. At that Knicks logo at midcourt, it's Johnson. Crosses over Hart, gets to the foul line. Drive and kick, a Kongwu far corner three. Too strong, and Josh Hart skies for rebound number 4. 9 points and 4 assists as well. Hart at the left point, pick and roll Robinson. He was looking for the alley-oop pass, but Kongwu almost stripped it away. Hart had to reset near midcourt with Brunson. To the near sideline, Brunson right wing, walks into his three. That's good! Jalen Brunson helping the Knicks pull away here in the fourth quarter. It's a 22-point lead.
I think it's safe to say that this group learned from giving up a 12-point lead to start the fourth back in game 2.
Gabe Vincent, left point three. That one's off the mark, and Robinson pulls down the rebound. 7:14 to go, fourth quarter. 104-82. New York with the lead. Brunson crossing over Daniels. Backing up a bit after a second crossover. Fans want Brunson to take Daniels one-on-one. They get a screen from Robinson. Bridges left wing. Baseline cutter Clarkson catches, shoots, and the floater rolls around and down from the far side block. And the Knicks continue pouring it on. It's 106-82. Crowd in full throat. Daniels a far corner three, the lowest percentage shot on the board for Atlanta. He missed it, and Robinson gets the rebound. 6:37 left in game 5. Anunoby was about to check in. He's going back to the bench. Hard up top, left alone. He'll take a straight on three. Too strong. Robinson was pulled away from the ball by Johnson, and they'll call the loose ball foul. 6:27 remaining. The Knicks have their largest lead of the night. They're up by 24.
This is really good stuff. Obviously, as of late, it's been a little bit of a personal run for Jalen Brunson, if you will, but you don't get to this point for him to cross the 30-point threshold without the collective effort of this team tonight. They've done a really, really good job of going to the well in different spots. This offense has not been stagnant. It's been very fluid and effective here at home.
34 points from Jalen Brunson. A lot of Knicks fans have been thinking this over the last 48 hours or so. Karl Anthony Towns has played so well in the series. Once you get the standard effort from Jalen Brunson and the standard efficiency we've become used to in the playoffs, you're going to have a very tough-to-beat New York Knicks team. And they have been almost impossible to keep up with tonight for the Hawks. It's a 106-82 New York lead as this Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited-time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
It doesn't matter if you're running drills at the park, playing pickup on a Saturday, or sinking the final putt. When you compete with your friends with Michelob Ultra on the line, competition isn't that friendly. The trash talk, next level, and the stakes, oh, those are crystal clear. With only 95 calories and superior smooth taste, it's the ultimate trophy. Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025, Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Total Ortho Express is a state-of-the-art orthopedic care center with 4 Long Island locations. East Meadow, Syosset, Massapequa, and Deer Park. Injuries can happen at any time and can often require immediate attention. Total Ortho Express provides immediate walk-in orthopedic care from highly awarded specialists and surgeons, instead of waiting in an emergency room or a general urgent care. Total Ortho Express is open 7 days a week with extended hours, so that our patients have convenient and immediate access to the care they need. Learn more at TotalOrthoExpress.com.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Wild Turkey Bourbon Master Distiller Jimmy Russell knew what to change over 70 years ago. Not a damn thing. Because Jimmy knew that we got Wild Turkey Bourbon right the first time. So he bet it all on the original Wild Turkey Bourbon recipe. That's why it's aged longer, never watered down, with the same bold pre-prohibition flavor. When you know it's right, don't change a damn thing. Wild Turkey Bourbon, aged longer, never watered down, bold flavor. Wild Turkey Bourbon, copyright 2025, Campari America, New York, New York. Never compromise. Drink responsibly.
It's a party at the Garden, 106-82. New York with the lead, matching their largest lead of the series, up by 24. Monica McNutt said it best as her excitement grows for this thrilling finish. The Knicks learned from their lesson, it would seem, in Game 2 when they could not hold a 12-point lead. Now, give Atlanta credit. They made big shots. The Knicks couldn't hit a couple of free throws. There were obvious miscues and a 1-point loss. But the way the Knicks are playing right now, it could have been a deficit entering the fourth, and you figure the Knicks would have found a way to build up the lead.
I have a question not related to anything you just said.
Okay.
You're right on what you just said.
No, I'm intrigued. Let's go.
Why is it this song that they're doing here? Isn't it called Mr. Brightside?
Yes.
What's it about?
It is about a gentleman who is lusting after a woman, and he's imagining there's Anunoby underneath. He'll catch and slam a pass from Jalen Brunson just on time. And the Killers, yeah. No, Mr. Brightside, it is actually a pretty famous fourth quarter anthem across.
In football, right?
Yeah, football, a lot of college football. The Knicks up 108-82. Halfway through the fourth quarter, Gabe Vincent straight on triple will not go, and Towns pulls down his 14th rebound. Finds Brunson across the timeline. He'll work his way to the left side block and got a shoulder check foul from Vincent as he missed the left-hand runner. But free throws for Brunson. Knicks with their largest lead of the series, up by 26. Mr. Brightside, Monica, had such a revival after it initially came out. I think it stayed on the British Top 100 charts years after it was first released.
It's old?
Yes.
Okay.
Ray Santiago handed me an artificial intelligence explanation of what it is, and I'm not going to read it. As Brunson rattles in the first free throw at the basket to our right. He's got 35 points, and I know it's stating the obvious, Monica, but it feels like the Jalen Brunson that not always right away, but the one that always shows up eventually during Knick playoff runs. It seems like he's here, and of course you hope he's here to stay.
Yeah, and listen, we have seen now for 3 years, sometimes Jalen Brunson, he starts a little slow in the postseason. But to your point, he will get there. He will arrive, and tonight sort of marks an arrival of sorts.
Dyson Daniels, far corner, catch and shoot three. That rattles in, maybe building some confidence with his three-point shot heading into Game 6, which at the moment looks like it could be a win or go home for Atlanta. 110-85, a 25-point lead for the Knicks. Brunson at center court, Daniels on him. We'll talk about building momentum. Brunson has been dicing up Dyson Daniels here in the fourth quarter. Pressured at midcourt by Vincent, finds Bridges, left wing catch and shoot three. Too strong, and a rebound for Johnson. Bridges 4 points in 25 minutes, but strong defense. Daniels, same spot, far corner. This time he passed up the shot, got rid of it to Johnson. His right wing triple is too strong. Rebound toward the left baseline, picked up by McCollum, and without moving, he'll hit a one-legged fadeaway jumper to make it a 110-87 game. Brunson will kill some clock, a slow roll of the inbound pass back toward the backcourt foul line, And as Daniels approaches him, we'll get rid of it to Bridges across midcourt. Towns on the left side perimeter. Faces up on a Kongwu. Knicks by 23, final 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Pass into Anunoby was intercepted at the dotted line by Johnson. He'll sprint ahead from right to left. Layup is high off glass and good. Deuce McBride elevated to try to block it, but couldn't get a fingertip to it. So it's a 21-point game with 4:25 to go.
I still want the Knicks to be on high alert, preparing, practicing good habits, because you know it's not a whole lot of practicing going on at this time of year. Got to be sharp with the basketball at all times.
Bridges left wing, catch and shoot three. That one's good. Big cheer from the Garden crowd and a white flag timeout from Quinn Snyder. Mikal Bridges with his first three-point make. 113-89. The Knicks have a 24-point lead with 4:09 to go.
A complete effort on both sides of the ball so far. It's got to continue to finish all the way through. We'll see which of these coaches go deeper into their bench units as this game continues, but really good things from your Knicks starters. A balanced performance, a very impressive, efficient performance by the entire team, shooting 55, rounded up to 56% from the field tonight, despite only getting up 23 threes in this one.
I've got a prediction of what stat is going to be circulating across the national media tomorrow.
What you got?
In the two Knicks losses, the margin of defeat is 2 points. And if they hold the score here, their margin of victory across the three wins will be a plus 51. So, frustrating, the two losses they had, both avoidable, late leads in each of those two defeats. But coming into the series, very few people were picking the Hawks. And well, these last two games, when the Knicks are on their A game, we are seeing that they do have that talent and experience advantage. It is not going to guarantee a win Thursday in Game 6. And won't guarantee a win if a Game 7 is needed here either. But you have to feel good about how the Knicks have been able to turn things on with their backs against the wall from down 2-1 just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I think that's an appropriate observation of this series. Mike Brown still got his starting unit minus Josh Hart, Deuce McBride out there, so no one's too comfortable just yet, and that's understandable.
But he healed into the game for the first time this series, and that gives you a clue about Quinn Snyder's thinking. Mohamed Gay on the right side arc. He will short arm a right wing three. That's his first touch of the game. And now, Monica, we will see
looks like it.
The bench empty. How about a Jeremy Sohan sighting along with Ariel Harporty, Tyler Kolek, Landry Shamet, and Jose Alvarado with the next whistle. Brunson left corner, catch and shoot three. Got it. Jalen Brunson, 39 points. In a dominant performance for the captain and the captain's team. 116-89 the score. They're up 27 with 3.5 to go. Vincent slipping toward the left side on a drive. He's fouled by McBride on a reach-in. And a nice round of applause from the Knick crowd as the starters come out. The bench will be emptied. And the extended sigh of relief continues. If things went wrong on Saturday in Game 4, even this kind of win tonight would have a much different feel. With back-to-back double-digit victories and garbage time in the playoffs in two consecutive games, the Knicks have reminded the NBA what they're all about.
They've reminded themselves, for that matter, because it was looking a little questionable there, but that also, too, is the nature of the series, and our colleague Wally Serbiak said it on the pregame show. It's a long chess match. These teams know each other as best as any two teams could because you get to repeatedly see them.
But he healed with his first bucket of the postseason. He'll work his way inside for a right-hand layup. Knicks in 6 is the chant here at the Mecca. Shamet right wing. He'll launch a three off the catch. In and out. He hit one late in Game 4. And worth noting that Knicks in 5 was a common refrain after the Game 1 win. The Hawks, of course, proud, hungry, and they will be a desperate team on Thursday with their season on the line. Gabe Vincent, far corner. He rattles in a triple in front of the Knick bench. There's now 116-94 with 2:35 to go. We gave you the out-of-town scoreboard earlier. Quick update on San Antonio. They're comfortably ahead on Portland heading toward halftime, 64-37. Our producer Ray Santiago says if that score holds, the Knicks are expected to be the 7 o'clock game as Jeremy Sohan connects on a right wing three. Only hit a couple of three-pointers during the regular season. Well, that one's pure over Buddy Hield. It's 119-94. So we'll wait to see what the official start time will be for Thursday as Hield backrooms a left elbow pull-up. Out-of-town scoreboard brought to you by your local Kia dealers. Discover what happens when rugged capability meets true performance. Learn more at Kia.com. Kia, movement that inspires. Kolek to the foul line, tried a bank shot, hard off glass into the hands of Ariel Hukporti, who's fouled on the offensive rebound by Hield. And that will send Ariel Hukporti, one of the Knicks' most improved foul shooters, to the free throw line. Got the basket too, all right. He'll get his first two foul shots. 119-94 New York. Nothing is decided in the Eastern Conference first round yet. Celtics lead the Sixers 3-2. They will have a game 6 in Philly on Thursday. Knicks about to take a 3-2 lead and head to Atlanta on Thursday as well. You've got Detroit all of a sudden trying to keep their season alive tomorrow at home as Hukporti is off the mark with the first free throw. It is a 3-1 Magic lead, all the momentum in their favor. Although Franz Wagner has a calf strain, his timetable is uncertain.
Injuries suck, especially in the postseason.
Just ask the Minnesota Timberwolves, wishing a speedy recovery to Dante DiVincenzo. And in the short term, Anthony Edwards. Hukporti missed both free throws. Ball was tipped out of bounds to the far sideline. It stays with Atlanta. Hakim Dadier will check in if there is another whistle with 1:41 remaining in the fourth. Knicks 119, Hawks 94. Pass to the foul line from Hield is tipped and stolen by Hukporti. Alvarado ahead for Sohan. He dribbles around the reach in of Keaton Wallace, and he fires a dunk through, hanging on the rim for a little bit with a 121-94 Knicks lead. And reach in by Alvarado to foul Keaton Wallace to allow Dadier into the game, and Alvarado can get a rest until Thursday night. And the other game in the series in the Eastern Conference still undecided. It's tied 2-2 between Toronto and Cleveland. The home team has won all 4 games, and it's Cleveland who will be home tomorrow.
That one getting tied up was very interesting down the stretch.
Scotty Barnes was unbelievable yesterday.
My goodness.
And so were the shooting numbers. Unbelievably bad. Corey Kispert on the right wing. He strong arms a 3. Rebound tipped over to Sohan as we approach the final minute of Game 5. Sohan right side arc. He pump faked a 3. Couldn't drive around Keaton Wallace. Hands back to Kolek up top. Back inside for Sohan. Right side blocking a fadeaway. Bank shot is good over Kispert. Nice showing here from Jeremy Sohan. He's got 7 points in about 3 minutes. 123-94 New York. They are leading by 29. Have they taken the heart from this Hawks team? They'll have a couple of days to think about it. Even though their veteran leader, C.J. McCollum, respectfully did not show up to this gotta-have-it Game 5. He had just 6 points in 32 minutes. As Jeremy Sohan will go back to the free throw line. He was pulled down underneath off a good pass. And 2 more free throws coming. He can make this a 30-point lead. You can't expect McCollum to have another 3 for 10 stinker in Game 6, especially with the season on the line for a guy who maybe couldn't have expected to be playing on a stage like this. After starting his season with the Wizards, he, of course, was a part of the Trae Young trade. Sohan misses the first free throw.
I mean, he's been a part of playoff series, of course, over the course of his career. But eventually, a team does tend to separate itself. Now, this is not the biggest margin in terms of seeding. And I do think that the Hawks, had this iteration of them been together the entire season, they probably are better than the 6th seed. But ultimately, we know what this Knicks team is without question, and they've had the entire season to prepare for this portion of the season.
Sohan got the second foul shot. It's a 30-point lead. Kispert on the left side. He'll take Dadier to the basket. Blocked by Hukporti. Comes to Kolek at midcourt. Long lead pass ahead, and the deceleration from Jeremy Sohan gets him a wide-open right-hand layup. 10 points in 4 minutes off the bench for Sohan. Buddy Hield a straight on 3 is good, and that'll bring it back to a 29-point game. Final 10 seconds, shot clock is off, and Sohan can dribble it out. Well, just a couple of days ago, the Knicks were looking at a 2-1 series deficit, and they had a lot of questions to answer. And so far,